Hello everyone. It is me, Shark, here again today for another episode of BA Practice Runs. Okay, today we'll be running BA over here on MATERIA. Okay, let me just turn off the or lower the volume. So today we'll be running BA over here on MATERIA. I will be hosting a BA practice run. I usually do these once every month, but I've just been restarting these ever since Dawn Trail released. So this is something that I am restarting. I used to do these once every month, pre Dawn Trail. Okay, during the Endwalker content lull period, I was hosting these every month, and they are kind of a staple for me. So I've been doing this for quite a long time now. I think about a couple of years, I guess. Yeah, I used to host BA runs bi-weekly, twice a week. Okay, and then over time, as demand got lesser, I started to trim down the number of runs that I was hosting. So over time, I started to host less, once a week, and then afterwards, we decided to just cut it down to once a month. Okay, partly because there's lesser demand, okay, but also partly because there are other people hosting BA runs as well. So there isn't a need to keep hosting practice runs. Okay, I'm not the only host, obviously. So there will be other hosts as well. That will host BA runs. So we or I don't actually need to be the one hosting all of the runs. Okay, but I still host these once a month for practice purposes. So my runs are primarily for new players. Okay, it is very how do I say this? Okay, it has a bit more explanations. Okay, I'll be doing explanations along the way. I'll explain things. I'll talk a lot. Okay, I got famous, semi-famous. Okay, for doing this and being very talkative lah. Okay, very wordy. Okay, I tend to ramble quite a bit lah. So over time I've been trying to cut down the length of my practice runs. The exposition. Okay, the amount of time that I spend talking in the run. Okay, but I will see what I can do to keep it short lah. Yeah, so today I'll be hosting this practice run for it's on MATERIA. Okay, I host them on MATERIA primarily because Elemental doesn't have a need for too many practice runs. There are more hosts over on Elemental as well. Okay, and also partly because MATERIA is open to everyone. So I think in future what I'll be doing is I'll be running these primarily on MATERIA. So it will just be like pulling everyone from everywhere. So like whether you're from Elemental, from MATERIA, from even other world servers. I see there's a couple of like NA folks joining us here today. So even if you're from other data centers, right, it doesn't matter because everyone can come over to MATERIA and join us. Okay, everyone can come over and just join us for the BA runs over on MATERIA. So feel free to join if you are online today, feel free to just join us in our BA run. Okay, there's still quite a number of spaces available. Personally, I only account for 16 no 30 32 spots. Okay, so a BA run can have up to a maximum of 48 players at the start, and I account for 32 of these 48 spots. So there's actually 16 spots that are unaccounted for, which I leave open. I leave available for anyone to take. Okay, this is primarily because the way that BA happens, right, is an open instance. Anyone can join, so we cannot stop people from joining. If they want to, okay, and I don't mean this in a bad way. If they want to crash our run, right, it's perfectly fine. Okay, we cannot stop them. Okay, we can't stop people from joining. So to allow for the possibility that someone wants to quote unquote crash our runs, okay, they just want to join us, I just like leave 16 spaces open for anyone to join. So this is why my runs are primarily I've allocated 32 spots and there are 16 spare spaces. Okay, but looking at the numbers, we're not gonna fill up fully anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, I think we've got a total of 21 signups. Okay, 23 based on my last count. Assuming everyone turns up, so 23 spots are taken. So there's still quite a lot of space. Okay, minimum is 24. Okay, the minimum scaling is 24. So ideally we should try to get at least 24, but obviously more is better. Okay, slightly more. 32, 40 is nice. Okay, 48 is the maximum. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Okay, this is the first time that I've been running this ever since Dawn Trail, so I'm not too sure about the numbers. But I will take today's attendance and participation rates into account, and subsequently I will adjust for the next session, which will be hosted supposedly next month. Okay, supposedly September, end of September. Okay, but there's some news to be mentioned about that. Just to let you guys know, Veldrov is actually running a series of back to Eureka events in the upcoming weeks. So he hosted the Animos, okay, back to Animos event yesterday. Okay, and based on my calculations, he'll be hosting like a Pyros, Pagos, Pyros, and then Hydatos events in the upcoming weeks. Okay, so like first week of September is Pagos, second week of September is Pyros, third week of September is Hydatos. Okay, with a BA following on the fourth week of September, which is the last week of September, which is when I usually host my practice run. So very likely he will take over that run for the September session. Other than that, not much else to say. I will be focused more on running the event. Okay, so do forgive me if I don't really check on the stream or the chat. Okay, generally for these large scale hosted events, okay, I will usually be more focused on actually running the event. Okay, it's more important that I focus on handling the 40 okay, in this case maybe about 20 to 30 more other people who are joining me for today's session. So I'll be focused more on that for today. So I do apologize for that, but that is just how it goes. Okay, and it is 1:42 on my clock. Okay, over here I'm in the +8 GMT time zone. Okay, and we're just waiting for people to hop into our parties as we slowly fill and get closer and closer to the expected start time. Okay, in the meantime, I will be hopping into the VC. Okay, and we'll just say hi to everyone there. Hello, everyone. Ava is here today. What the heck?
Why? Okay, then I go then.
It's a pleasant surprise. What a pleasant surprise. Ava is here today.
I am really busy. I need to clean the storeroom later. Hi.
That's normal lah. If you're not busy, then you
Ah,
can probably find something to do. So
yeah. Bad thing to have a house.
yeah, so okay lah. I'm also like kind of busy today as well. So today, like, after this VA session, I have like maybe an hour. Hopefully, we can end by
By
4
9 p.m.
by maybe like 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours hopefully. So I'll end by 4:30 on the clock for my time, and I have to go quickly settle dinner, and I have another event at 6. So I'm running another sealed in subterranean later at 6 p.m. But that's outside of the today's scope of events. But yeah, so kinda packed schedule for today.
Okay, the instance looks okay now.
Material generally not too bad lah. Material, usually we don't have too many issues, so it's not too. It's one of the main reasons why I like to host a material. There isn't any like crowd. Um, pros and cons are if we have too many people, then we might have like space issues. Like too over participated or people try to snipe or crash our runs, right? But because we are on material, we don't have that problem. Uh, the problem that we have is just sometimes we don't have enough people. So it can't be helped. It's like on the one hand you have too many people, you have overcrowding. On the other hand, yeah, if you don't have overcrowding issues, then you probably have a lack of participants. So that is also an issue sometimes. Okay, but thankfully we will be able to adjust for it. Today's signups looks like we have about, okay, let me see, 24, 23 or 24 from my last count. So signed up wise, we have about 23 players. Okay, BA will scale to 24, so we are just like barely hitting the minimum. Okay, but if I'm not mistaken, there'll be quite a number of uh fillers, I'll call them, people who just decide to hop in and join us for the run. So they are very much welcome. They usually help to pad our numbers and to help to do certain things in the run as well. So feel free to just join us. Okay, in the meantime, looking at the attendance, I think we're missing quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, Seal is here already, so it's 5 people. It's not here yet. Okay, yes. So yeah, we'll just wait for some of these folks to turn up before we actually get started. In the meantime, okay, since I can only be in one of the parties, I can only be in this Team 2's party. Okay, I'm only in Team 2's party. For everyone else who's here and is listening to me, right, maybe just ask your party members to join us in the voice chat. Okay, I'll be running today's event primarily through voice communications. So it will be nice if everyone can hop into the voice channel so that they can hear me. I'm gonna type this out to my party as well. Right, nice. Tokyo's here. Okay, my party is filled. Okay, for those who are in the voice chat as well, if you're in a party or if you're the party leader, just help me to tick off the names from the spreadsheet. Okay, this spreadsheet basically helps me to keep an eye on who is here and who's not here, what's our current numbers, whether I need to start panicking and find more healers or find more tanks or things like that. Okay, although I see that all the tanks are here, so very nice. And and so on. So just help me to tick off the names if they are present. If there's anyone who's not already here, maybe you can just maybe try to drop them a ping in the party status channel. Okay, the one where you went to get the passwords and everything, right? We can use that to ping missing players as well. So I think at the current moment, Hinata fan is not here from Team 1. And Noctis isn't here as well from Team 4. Yeah, okay. Yep, so just 2 players. Okay, we'll just be waiting for everyone to hop onto the VC. Okay, we should have about 20 or so players. And I'll begin giving a short brief soon. And we will zone in about 10 minutes. Yeah, so today, right, my usual co-conspirator, I mean, my usual coordinator isn't here. Yeah, so today, normally Kelly is here to help me run these events. Okay, usually I'm the one giving the sermon, and Kelly's the one helping me with the macros and stuff. Okay, but because something came up, so she isn't available today. So there'll be a few, I'll be spending a little bit of time to sort out parties as well. Okay, but if anyone is available and would like to help me out as well, please let me know. Okay, but I think mainly just the start and Osma. Okay, Osma, I've plugged the macro out from the channel. Let's see. Yeah, don't worry about it too much. We'll generally be fine. BA itself is not too difficult, but it is very punishing. Okay, the way people describe it is that the content is quite punishing in the sense that if you die right in VA, you cannot get rest normally. So it becomes an issue if too many players die, or if you die and we don't have the resources to revive you. And if that happens, then technically speaking, your run is over. Okay, so if you die and no one reses you, you just did. Cause and keep in mind that it's not for lack of trying, as in the normal reses don't work. So healers cannot res you, summoners, red mages cannot res you. Okay, they need to use a special resource to res the downed players. So that is the key issue here. Okay, Hecate join my party. Thanks.
I just want to say, sacrifices also cost a lot to make. Please don't die.
Yeah, try not to die too much. I mean, obviously that goes without saying, but there's a cost attached to resing dead players in BA so we try to minimize the cost. I'll talk a little bit more about that soon, but I think I'm still seeing some people who are not in the VC, so I'm gonna start explaining stuff soon. Okay, we have about 8 minutes before we zone in. Okay, and I would like to just get everyone into the voice channel if they haven't done so already. Okay, so one more time, if there's anyone who isn't in the VC yet, okay, just kindly type out in your party to tell your party members to hop onto the VC. Okay, everyone should be able to see this voice channel because this is a public voice channel as long as you are in our Discord. is available for everyone. It's the like the open space. So anyone should be able to see this voice channel. Just get them to hop into the VC lah. Okay, they obviously most people are not speaking in the VC. Although to be honest, right, it's actually okay to chit chat in during the session. Unless I'm explaining something or in the middle of the fight and I'm doing callouts, then maybe try to wait until after the explanations or after the callouts. Okay, other than that, generally speaking, it's a very chill session. Feel free to just chit chat if you want to. Okay, but I guess for new players,
Right.
first time here, you might be a bit shy. It's okay.
I wasn't sure whether it was allowed or not.
No, don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, if you're not like being overly obnoxious and you want to have something to, you want to just like chit chat, right? It's perfectly fine. This isn't a very strict event, so feel free to do so while we're waiting during the downtime and things like that. Let's see. Okay, I'm not gonna wait too much longer, so I'm just gonna kick off today's run. Okay, so for everyone who's here, welcome to CA's August BA practice session. Okay, this is Shak speaking if you don't already know. Okay, and I will be your host for today's BA run. Now, I will be running these BA practice runs every month. So even if, let's say, okay, obviously you're here today, but if you have friends who would like to join a practice run, or after today's session, and you have other friends who have not done BA and you wish to join, okay, or you wish them to join the BA practice runs, okay, just to let you guys know, I will usually be hosting these steadily every month near the either the last or second last week end of the month. So today is like the 31st of August. It's a Saturday, so I will be hosting it on the last weekend. Okay, sometimes depending on IRL stuff happens, I might push it 1 week earlier. Okay, but usually it's near the end of the month. Now, having said this, I've been hosting this for quite a long time now. This is the first time I'm doing this ever since Dawn Trail was released. Okay, I took a hiatus because obviously when Dawn Trail was released, everyone was more interested in playing Dawn Trail. Okay, no one wants to do old content when there's new content to be done. So even I want to enjoy Dawn Trail. So it's quite expected that BA participation rates had taken a hit. Okay, but now that most of us are over the initial excitement and hype and clear MSQ, done MSQ, done the new content, savage rates and all that stuff. Okay, we're starting to see more people come back to clearing the old content. Okay, so this includes things like BA as well. I'll be hosting these once every month near the end of the month. Okay, starting from this month onwards. Now, next month, I would like to give a shout out to Veldruff. Okay, if some of you have noticed, he was hosting the Animos, okay, Return to Eureka Animos farm trains in yesterday. So he's probably going to be doing these trains once a week. Okay, no guarantees. Okay, he also has to see his schedule. Okay, but very likely what he'll be doing is he'll be running them in once a week. Okay, so Pagos, Pyros, and then Hydatos at the end. And he'll be hosting a BA practice run end of September. So he'll be taking over the September BA practice runs unless something happens. Then in which case I will just take over that instead. Okay, but if everything goes smoothly, Veldruff will be hosting the next one in September. Okay, and I will continue in the month of October onwards. Okay, so I'll be hosting one BA every month near the end of the month. Now, regarding BA itself, okay, if you don't already know this, BA itself is not too difficult, but it's punishing. Okay, dying exacts a toll on the alliance. Okay, so we will try to minimize deaths. I will explain a bit more regarding this once we zone in. Okay, so it's another 2 more minutes before we pop ready checks and start to zone in. So I would just like to give a brief primer on what to have with you before we zone in into the instance. Okay, now other than having your gear, okay, I hope everyone have gotten their Kirin Osodes or Vermilion cloaks. Okay, we had some very, very generous, helpful people giving them out prior to today. So you should have taken them up on their offer. Okay, if not, otherwise just buy them from the market board. Get your Kirin Osode or Vermilion cloak. Okay, this body piece or chest piece is Biz. Okay, best in slot for BA. Okay, and actually as well as for all of Eureka. So you should have gotten this one at the start of your Eurekan journey. Now, other than that, the rest of the gear you cannot. You just need to equip like your highest eye level gear. Okay, the gear stats will be synced down later on, so it doesn't really matter too much. Just make sure you have gear equipped in every slot. You should have prepared some logograms. Okay, logograms such as Spirit of the Remembered. Okay, I hope you all have read up on the primers or guides, because inside BA, as mentioned earlier, dying is permanent, and the way to keep yourself alive is to actually have a few Spirit of the Remembered. Okay, these are sort of like spare lives. Okay, now that okay, I don't want to spoil too much. Okay, but Dawn Trail has this something similar. Okay, where after you die, right, a spirit revives you. So similar to that concept, in here, the Spirit of the Remembered logogram action will raise you after dying. So it's pretty much the same thing. So you need to have multiple spirits, okay, multiple souls, so that you can keep yourself alive. Each time you die, you'll consume one of the souls, but there's a percentage chance it will fail. So you need to have a few spare copies of those. Okay, and whatever else logos actions that you should be required to bring. Okay, for DPS, mostly this is just DPS wisdoms and DPS actions. Okay, for tanks, you have defensive wisdoms, okay, as well as some DPS actions, and so on and so forth. Okay, I won't go too much into detail on this. Okay, this is usually mostly done prior to the run itself, and if you had questions, you should have asked them. Okay, but not to worry too much. We will try our best to just wing it, go through the run, and see how far we can go. Okay, now the last thing to bring is just food. Okay, just bring any eye level food. 490 and above generally is maximum stats. Okay, I myself use eye level 560 food. Okay, but you can use anything all the way to the latest expansion food. It will just give you maximum stats. It will be synced down to a certain percentage. So you will just get the maximum value out of it. So just bring some food. Okay, and that's pretty much all you have to prepare for the BA itself. Okay, other than that, the rest of the stuff that you need to upgrade your gear comes from actually doing BA. So to a certain extent, there's not much else you can prepare. This is all you can have. Okay, and at this point of time, it is already 2 p.m. So okay, on my clock, okay, I'm in the +8 GMT time zone, 4 p.m. for those in the +10 GMT time zone. Okay, we'll be popping ready checks. Okay, and we'll be zoning in. Now everyone needs to be in the Kugane zone for the party lead to zone in. So please be somewhere in the Kugane area. You can be at Pier 1, you can be somewhere else in Kugane, but you need to be in the same zone so that the party leader can zone in. Okay, it doesn't have to be the same world, just have to be in the same the Kugane zone. Okay, and once your ready check succeeds, okay, let's just zone in into Hydatos. Okay, and we will see you inside. Okay, now the first thing I usually do upon zoning in is to ensure that everyone is in the correct zone or instance. Now, since this is MATERIA, generally speaking, Umbral Turbulence is up. Okay, generally speaking, we will be in the same instance. Okay, now we have, looking at the instance, OVNI is up. So we will have about, let's give it 8 minutes before we start BA. So during this time, I would like you to quickly form your logos actions if necessary. Okay, you can do them at the logos manipulator here. Okay, ideally you should have prepared them beforehand. Okay, but we will be starting in about 8 minutes or so. Okay, there's actually a process to enter into BA, and this involves okay, there's 3 things. Okay, there's 3 things that you need to check to enter into BA. Number 1, you must be elemental level 60. If there's anyone who isn't elemental level 60, Okay, now because of such of our time crunch, okay, we zone in, Ofni is already up, right? So we need to actually get started almost immediately. So if you're not EL60, right, I'm sorry to say that you will need to quickly level up before we start. Okay, but there's barely enough time. So you may need to wait for the next one or join us midway through the run. Next, you must have unlocked BA. Okay, this is done by talking to the finishing the entire quest chain inside Hydatos itself. So on your mini map, you should not have any more quest icons on your map. Okay, as well as another way to check is if you speak with the expedition scholar over on the right from the entry going towards the logos manipulator. There's an expedition scholar here in the zone. Okay, if they allow you to purchase an etheric stabilizer, it means that you have unlocked BA. Okay, just ensure that you have unlocked BA. If you did not finish the quest chain,
Do we need the stabilizer?
no. Okay, you do not need the stabilizer. Okay, the stabilizer comes in to play when trying to enter the BA after Ofni is dead, but it is unnecessary for today's run. Okay, I'll explain why as I get to that part of the process. Okay, but for now, understand no stabilizers are needed. No one should ever use one. And technically speaking, over here on Materia, generally speaking, no one should ever require one as well. Okay, now, the third thing to mention is that in about, okay, it's 12 minutes, right? So in about 6 minutes more, we will all start to beat up Ofni at the I don't want to believe fate at the bottom right corner of the map. Okay, the southeast, okay, somewhere closer to the south. There's that fate there. That's the Ofni fate. Okay, everyone needs to head over there and participate in that fate. You need to get a gold contribution rating to that in that fate to qualify to enter into BA. Now this is easily done, really easy if you're in a party. If you are in an 8-man party or even a 5-man party or you know, like any number of tanks in your party, right? And you know, the tanks just turn on their stance and just hit the Ofni, you will generally get gold because how fates work in FF14 is that it just takes everyone's contribution, and that's a very large number. So everyone generally gets gold as long as you're in a party. If you're not in a party, please yell out for or shout out for a party, and hopefully a party with an empty slot will just pick you up so that you can at least join us in the BA run itself. Okay, now contributing to the fate itself, you must also be careful not to leave the fate zone too early. There's a trigger that happens when Ofni dies. Okay, at the point Ofni is killed, there will be a trigger, and you must be within the fate zone to get this buff to enter into BA. Okay, if you meet all these 3 requirements, you will get a buff. The buff starts at 10 minutes, immediately ticking down to 9 minutes. Okay, it's an ethereally primed buff, and what it does is that it will allow you to enter the BA. Okay, once you see that buff, you're good. Okay, and we will begin the next phase of the entry process into BA itself. Okay, we will be starting the fight. Okay, we will pull off Ofni at 6 minutes pull time on the Ofni fate. Okay, so do come over in about 4 minutes or so. Yep, thanks Seal, thanks Yukiko. Okay, I have Kelly who is here to help me with all the other organizational stuff, like shouting out the pool time, helping to sort teams and all that, but she's unavailable today, so I'm winging it mostly. So do bear with me if it takes slightly longer. I'm aware that my runs tend to take very long in the first place. See how you're complaining already. Yeah, my runs are mainly primarily for newer players, but a lot of the veterans will join the runs just for either fun, just to do more BA, and some of them are really nice, and they're here to just help out. So it's very, very much appreciated. Thanks, guys. Okay, they are usually the ones who help to quote unquote carry some parts of the run. Okay, you know, pump DPS, fill up certain roles like healing roles, tank roles. Okay, so on and so forth. Okay, it really makes the run goes much smoother. So thanks very much. I see. Okay. Other than that, once OVNI is beaten and we get the buff, okay, what happens is that this phase known as portal wars begins. Now, portal wars, what happens is that there will be a 48 portals that pop up all over the map 3 minutes, okay, no, 4 minutes after OVNI is killed. So when the buff hits 6 minutes, okay, actually you don't need to worry about it too much. Basically, after 4 minutes, blue portals will appear all over the map. You can have the minimap open and you will see all these little marks in blue appear on your map. You just need to be at one of these portal spots. Okay, now the participant count for today's run is 33. So there's way less than 48 players. Everyone gets a portal. Because of this, right, stabilizers are not needed. Now, blue portals cannot be used without a stabilizer. So do not have a stabilizer in your inventory. If you click on a blue portal and you have a stabilizer in your inventory, you will consume the stabilizer and enter into the portal, using up that portal as well. Okay, there can only be a maximum of 48 players joining the run. Anytime someone enters into a portal, that portal is consumed. Now, blue portals are not free entry. You need a stabilizer, and stabilizers are not free. But because we have less than 48 people, there's no need to use a stabilizer. All you need to do is wait another 3 minutes after the blue portals have appeared. They will all disappear, reshuffle, reappear as red portals. Red portals are free for all. Okay, FFA, anyone can use them. You don't need to have anything to enter other than being eligible to enter. So you must be ethereally primed. Other than that, you can just click on a red portal. Once it appears, you have entered into BA and you'll be joining us for today's run. Okay, whether you have signed up or not is irrelevant. Okay, one of the rules that I have for my runs is that as long as someone's in the run, we are just bringing them with us. So even if they didn't sign up, they didn't go through the process, as long as they're here with us, we will just pick them up, bring them along. If they need to join the VC, they can join the VC as well, and we'll just guide them through to the end of BA as well. Okay, we'll try our best to go as far as we can. Okay, but no guarantees on a clear. Okay, now 10 more seconds before we will engage OVNI. So everyone should be here by now. Quickly come over.
Nearly here.
Hellebore, can I get a brain butt?
No worries. Okay, just head over. There'll be time now. Okay, there's time. OVNI will not die too quickly. We are starting, but don't go ham on OVNI lah. Okay, just take your time, take it easy, just tag it a little bit, and give some time for everyone to come over. Now, during this OVNI fight, if you happen to get killed, just get rest. It's fine. No issues whatsoever out here. It's perfectly fine. Okay, just get rest normally and just continue. But do remember to tag OVNI so that you will get credit for the fight itself. Okay, other than that, everyone should be here by now. Okay, do come over and quickly tag OVNI. Okay, as long as you're in a party, you will generally get gold contribution to the fight. Okay, OVNI is dying kind of quickly because of how many players we have.
Oh,
Nah, you'll make it. 30, it's still 30%, so it's fine. But just remember to tag it once.
I need to put my clothes back on. Shit.
there's a lot of left.
Why are you slowly? Rajah get... Oh, he died. Slow down a little bit and I need a rest
shit.
on Rajah, please. Thank you. Slow down a little bit, please. Okay, one of our party members did not tag OVNI yet. Okay, get up and tag OVNI.
Let me put my clothes back on. Thank you.
No worries. Okay, just tag OVNI quickly and all good. Okay.
Tagged.
It's gonna be dying soon, so I hope you have tagged it. And once OVNI is dead, ensure that you have the buff. We pick up everyone else. Okay, and then we'll just head over to our portal spots. Okay, so OVNI is down. Okay, everyone should have the buff. Very nice. All my party member has it. So just okay, now there's one other thing we can do here lah. So because we are guaranteed portal spots, okay, there are only 33 odd players in the instance, so everyone gets a spot, right? If you wish to, you can actually head over to a ferry in the zone. Okay, I think some of the folks have found these ferries, and what you want to do is you want to not take the buff given by the ferry yet until slightly later. Okay, this fairy gives a 1 hour long buff, which increases damage dealt and gives you a slight regen. Okay, as well as I think increases experience gain, but that's not important because you're already level 60. So head over to one of the fairies if you can find one, and just take the buff later on. Okay, but even if you don't get it, it's not a very big deal. Okay, it's perfectly fine to not have it. Just head over to empty portal spot. Okay, and just wait for the red portals to appear. Okay, if you have any questions at any point of time, okay, please feel free to just ask them. Okay, you can speak in the VC, you can shout it out in the zone as well. Okay, or if you are shy to do that, you can also ask your party members. If I'm not mistaken, there should be at least one veteran party member in every party. Okay, they should be able to help answer your questions as well. Thanks, guys.
Do the portals appear yet?
Not yet. They will appear when your buff hits the 6-minute mark. on the
Good.
timer.
I was sort of desperately looking for.
No worries. In any case, right, you have a maximum of 10 minutes to secure a portal. So you literally just chill out and do nothing until the portals appear. And even when they do appear, you do not touch the portals until they turn red. So there's lots of time. Okay, there's still at least 4 minutes, okay, or 3 minutes for you to secure a red portal from the point the red portal appears. Okay, now for those who did not get a buff, now it's unfortunate, but okay, if for whatever reason you didn't get a buff, okay, number 1, you didn't tag Ofni, number 2, you're not elemental level 60, or number 3, you didn't finish your quests. Okay, go and check to see what is the cause that you did not get the buff. Okay, party members, maybe we can try to help them troubleshoot what is the issue. But they will be missing out on the initial part of BA. Okay, if you didn't get the buff at this point of time, right, you will be skipping out on doing BA for the first half. Now there's a midway point where 8 more players will join us in BA. Okay, blue portals have appeared, just leave them alone, don't touch them. They are not meant to be used. Okay, but they will show you the places where the red portals will be. Okay, blue portals are generally in the same vicinity or in the same area as red portals. Okay, later on when the red portals appear, they'll be in the same general area as the blue portals are. So just loiter around a blue portal. Okay, just go spread out, find a blue portal, sit on it, and wait for the red portals to appear. Yeah, the res issue is a bit is kind of rare, but it's like in that split second when you res and Ofni dies, right, then you fail to get the buff, which is a very rare occurrence, but it has happened before. So
It breaks your heart when it happens. I have that first-hand experience.
I know, right? It's like you did everything else correctly, but by some stroke of misfortune, you didn't get the buff. So it's a bit unfortunate.
You went so hard, you fought so hard, but in the end, it didn't even.
I know, right? But yeah. So now, in any case, right? If you are that person who didn't get the buff, you have a few choices, lah. Okay, there's a few options for you. Number 1, you can continue to stay here, and if someone's streaming, that would be nice, lah. Okay, if anyone can stream in the voice channel, that would be great. If not, then I've actually posted links to my stream as well. You can watch as we go through BA. Okay, and more than welcome to just hang around and learn how we run BA. Now today's run is simply going to be a training run, okay, a practice session. The goal is not to clear, although if we do clear, it's a bonus. Okay, but the ultimate idea is to go through BA, show you how it's done, understand the nuances, and subsequently, if touch wood, we don't actually clear, try your luck in a future run. Okay, almost all BA runs on Materia will be organized in more or less the same way. So the way I'm doing BA today is the same way most of the hosts on Materia do their BA sessions as well. Okay, without the lengthy exposition. Okay, the only difference is that they won't be speaking for 2 hours in your ear, telling you what to do, what to pay attention to. They just like do BA and just go through BA. Okay, only the practice runs, the ones I host, will have a lot of exposition, which I know some people have jokingly complained about, you know, Shark talks longer than my indomitable buff and it drops off and things like that. So I'm aware of it. So I'll try to keep it short, but I keep saying this every single time, but it turns out to take about 2 hours anyway. I'll try to keep it short. But yeah, there's certain things that's important. Mostly for first timers. Okay, I do understand, like, you know, some of the veterans. Okay, raid portals have come out. Just click on any raid portal. Just click on raid portal and get in. Okay, and welcome to BA. Okay, if you haven't or can't find a raid portal, just open your minimap. Your minimap actually shows you where all the raid portals are. Make a beeline to any available portal. Now, as long as you are qualified to enter, you will get a portal. It's guaranteed because there are lesser players than there are portals. Okay, this is one of the pros of playing on Materia. There are generally fewer overall numbers. So, like, if you're playing it on like NA or okay, maybe NA not so bad. If you're playing on like Elemental or JP server, right? Sometimes there'll be like more than 48 players trying to get in, and then you have to fight each other to get in, which is it's a different problem altogether. Okay, but pros and cons. Okay, so welcome to BA. Once you enter into the BA instance, okay, there's a few things that we need to go through. I'll try to go through this really quickly. Okay, primarily because there's a timer for our instance. So if you look at our zone timer, just below it, there's a Conquer the Belizean Arsenal 22 minutes timer. This timer shows us how much time we have in the instance. Okay, it's the same for everyone. Okay, everyone who comes in will have the same timer. If that time runs out, we all get kicked out. So I will try to be quick about it. This timer will extend at certain points in the fight. So it's like a race. There's a checkpoint, you get a time extension. So this is the zone timer. I'll try to keep explanations brief. Now, the other thing you should do here is at the start here, everyone should crack open a Spirit of the Remembered and use it. Okay, as I mentioned earlier on, in here, if you die, your Spirit of the Remembered is your first line of defense. It will try to res you. Okay, supposedly it's a 70% chance for it to res you. Okay, so always have one on you at all times. Every time you die, you will need to use a new one because even if it works or doesn't work, it will be consumed. So keep a few spare Spirit of the Remembered in your Logos Actions trace. Okay, there's a Logos Manipulator here at the start. Okay, use it to create a spare trace as well. So spend some time to create whatever trace you need at the start here. Okay, this is your only chance. Once we get started, okay, once you hop off this initial starting platform, there's no coming back. So please do not fall off this initial platform until we are all ready to begin. Okay, now, we will need to split our alliance into two main groups. Okay, generally speaking, because this is a pre-formed raid, my team, okay, Team 2 and Team 4, Seals team, we will be going to art. Okay, what we normally do is we usually yell out, okay, something like this. So 1, 2, 5, main tank art. Okay, so this is what I normally do, okay, or what we normally do. Now this sequence or series of characters refers to the tank, healer, DPS number. So 1, 2, 5 means 1 tank, 2 healers, 5 DPS. I'm main tank, I'm going to art side. Okay, art side is the Logos Manipulator side. Okay, art side is the Logos Manipulator side. Owain side is the Magia Melder side. Now, if it helps your party, you can place waymarks on the correct side. Okay, the side that you are going off on. Party members should not drop off on the wrong side, because if that does happen, you'll be split up from your party, and if you're not a healer, you're not going to get any heals. So please be very careful not to fall off on the wrong side. Okay, now other than that, all the other parties should also be yelling out which side they're going off on. Now, the other thing to mention here is that we will need one player with perception on each side. Okay, ideally, if anyone can bring the perception L Logos action, okay, kindly let me know. Okay, and let me know whether you're going on art or Owain as well. Okay, we'll need one for each side. Okay, preferably more is better. But I need to ensure that there's at least one on each side. Okay, the first set of bosses, we will need to have an even split. Okay, we'll try our best to split evenly. So Seal's party is on art, my party is on art, Shuin's party is on Owain, Hellebor's party is on Owain. So more or less it's an even split. Okay, if there's an odd number of parties, we will try to send more players to the Owen side. Okay, if there's an even number, then we will split evenly down the middle. Okay, the Owen side is slightly tankier, but easier. The art side is slightly lower HP, but the mechanics are harder, so it sort of balances out. Okay, now once it seems that we have sorted it out. Okay, the only thing left is I hope at least 2 players has perception, and we'll just simply do ready checks. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time sorting things out at the start, so we'll do a ready check at the start. And the main tanks, once your party is ready, okay, carefully hop down on the correct side, and once the main tank is ready, you see that you have a healer with you. Okay, use food if necessary, and the main tank can just start pulling the trash mobs. Okay, for trash mobs in BA, not too many issues with them. Never rip enmity off the tank. Okay, because if you are not a tank, you are not geared, you are not on defensive Magia, and you hit something and the tank doesn't take it off you nearly immediately, the mob will hit you really, really hard. Okay, you are level 60, the mobs in here are level 65. So they are 5 levels higher, and they will have they will want to two-shot you. So please be very, very careful not to pull enmity off the tank. Now, any tanks who are not the main tank in today's run, okay, if you see that someone else pulls a mob by accident, or the main tank pulls multiple mobs, okay, maybe they are ice elemental or ice aspected, and they pull multiple different aspected mobs, maybe help to step in and provoke 1 or 2 mobs to help take the load off the main tank. Okay, other than that, for the mobs themselves, okay, just the usual things. Okay, don't stand with the main tank. If there are AoEs, move out of them, and try not to pull mobs by accident. All the way at the top of the stairwell, there will be 2 Biblos mobs. Okay, these are actually pandas. Okay, they are like a half minotaur thing, and those mobs will do nasty frontal and rear cleaves that comes out nearly instantaneously. You do not want to be standing near them, either to the front or to the rear. Okay, be to their side, or preferably just be really far from them. Also note that they will sometimes turn towards the tank and cleave the tank, so you don't want to be standing with the main tank at all times as well. Okay, and once we have dispatched all the mobs in these 2 stairwells, we will be faced with the first pair of bosses, okay, the twins, who are Art and Owen. Now, usually what happens is once any alliance, okay, or any group reaches their designated mob, they will usually shout something like Owen 100%, okay, meaning signifying that they have arrived at their first boss. Okay, now to save time while we're dispatching the mobs, I will begin explanations on the first pair of bosses, the twins. Okay, I will begin with the Owen boss, okay, the white colored twin. Owen is simpler in terms of mechanics. All you really need to do is to be of the go to the spear of the opposite color. Owen will either be fire aspected or ice aspected, and you will notice spears on the edge of the arena of either fire or ice element. You just need to be standing on the spear of the opposite element. If Owen is fire, you be on ice. If Owen is ice, you be on fire. Okay, now to make it really easy, you can actually just follow the crowd. Okay, everyone else will be going to one of the 2 safe element colored spears. Just follow the crowd. If the fight drags on long enough, you might see the Dorito markers, okay, or triangle markers appear above some of the players' heads. Those players need to stack on each other. It's a group hug mechanic. Okay, the marked players need to stack on each other, except the players with the puddle, okay, the AoE puddle on their feet. Those players need to pull those away from everyone else. Okay, it's a very small AoE, but you don't want to clip other players with it. Okay, so, and these are all the mechanics for Owen. If if our DPS is sufficient, we should not see anything else other than this. Okay, and I will just skip everything else. Okay, we do see things like hands, proximity, and etc. Try our best to stay alive. Okay, good luck with those. Okay, now next, art. For art side, his mechanic is basically he does a point blank or a donut. Okay, art is the black colored twin. He does a point blank or donut AoE, and his spears will do a point blank or donut AoE. You need to react quickly. Now, if he does a point blank, you need to move away from him, and afterwards you need to run in to the center to avoid the point blank being fired by the 4 spears around the edge of the arena. On the other side, if he does a donut, you need to be inside the donut at the start, or and then afterwards run out to any of the spears to be inside the donut being fired from the spears. So you need to move quickly. Now, there are actually special safe spots near the outer edges of the arena. If you see a large clump of people going there, you can do that as well. So basically these are, if it's a point blank, you just be in between 2 spears on the outer edge. The 2 spears point blank will not overlap in a small little triangle near the outside edge of the arena. Okay, be between 2 spears on the outer edge. If it's a donut, you just go to a spear, be on the outside range of the original donut from the boss, and stay there. You will be safe from the boss's donut, and you'll be standing on a spear which is safe from the spear's donut. Okay, if it doesn't make too much sense right now, it's fine. Try your best to follow the crowd, okay, or react quickly later on. Okay, now the last thing for art is that once the floor flashes, you need to stop moving and wait for the floor to stop glowing and get out of the line AoEs. Okay, if you move during this phase, you will get heavied. Okay, means it's hard to move around, and when the line AoEs appear, it will be difficult for you to get out of them. You try your best to use movement skills to get out of the line AoEs. Okay, I will call out the legendary gears is the name of the mechanic. I'll say art, stop moving. You just stop moving to avoid it. Okay, other than that, if there's anyone else on any caller on the Owen side, you wish to call out ice or fire spears, you can do so. Okay, if not, then I will be starting. Okay, we'll be starting at ET. Okay, I'm using Eurasian time. 1750. Okay, 1750 is the start time for both Art and Owen. Okay, these bosses should be killed in anywhere between 3 to 6 minutes, so not too bad. Okay, do note that they both, if any boss has any HP left, then the other boss does not die. Hence, we need to split our group's alliance power evenly so that they both get downed at approximately the same time. If one of them has like 50% and the other one has 0%, the one with 0% will just stay alive until the one with 50% is also at 0%. Okay, so we'll be starting in about 10 more ET. Now, last thing to mention here, if you have limit break, okay, if you have managed to build some LB gauge, LB1 is at ET1749, LB2 is ET1748. Okay, just fire off range or caster limit break. If you don't use it, it will just be wasted. Okay, so just ready up. We'll be starting soon. If you have limit break 2, you can fire off LB2 now. If you have limit break 1, fire off LB1 now. Okay, and we will be pulling. Okay, the main tank will establish enmity. The first few mechanics will usually be a tank buster and a raid wide. Okay, look out for the spears. Spears are going out. Art is essentially dead, rotate to defensive Mega, and just stay alive for Art side. So this will be the point blank, and the spears will fire point blank as well. Just stay alive, and we'll wait for Owen to be killed. Stop moving, and dodge the line AoEs afterwards. We get out of the line AoEs. Move away from proximity, run away from the guy with the marked balls dropping down. Nice. Okay, now there's a treasure. Okay, first things first, don't run off too quickly. There will be a trap up ahead. Now, if there's any deaths, what happens is that healers will usually yell out that they are sacrificing a dead player. Now, deaths in BA cost healers lives. Basically, a healer sacrifices themselves to res the dead player and relies on their own spirit to keep them up afterwards. So do appreciate your healers. They're actually spending gil to res you. Okay, now moving onwards, we will be...
Should I break another
Uh-oh.
thing?
Okay, what happened? Sorry.
Should I refresh Spirit of the Remember?
Oh,
Okay, just be careful about it. Yeah. Okay, now midway up the stairwell, there's gonna be a trap somewhere there. Do not run ahead of everyone. If anyone has perception, that would be great. You should scan for the trap in the middle of the stairwell here. There are no treasure chests yet. There'll be one later on. Okay, I will point it out. I will call it out. Don't worry about it. Did no one bring perception? Okay, we might have to wing it. We might have to wing it later on. Okay. What I'm gonna do here is that because no one has perception, we're gonna have to YOLO someone step on the trap. So Dante, are you gonna try? Yes, thanks. Okay, so Dante has propped the trap. Thank you. Okay, so it's now safe. Now, because of this, there's gonna be 4 more traps. Okay, actually maybe not 4 since Dante ate 2 of them. Okay, so just hug the wall closer to the right side here. Okay, there's a treasure coffer here. Everyone should pick up their own treasure coffer, and there'll be ads that we will dispatch. Okay, so grab the treasure coffer, burn the ads. If there are tanks who are willing to main tank the trash mobs, please do so. Okay, and I can focus more on explanations. Okay, there are actually 4 traps in this room. But because we have no perceptors, so we can't see the traps, we just be very careful not to run along the edges. Okay, I think that there's a safe path right down the center, but we just don't...
try and stick through the middle.
Yeah, just stay. Okay, so notice how Dante is stepping on traps, right? Dante is actually helping to disarm the traps. Okay, now, this Berserk... Okay, thanks. Okay, now this Centaur mob here, it casts a skill called Berserk, which, if it goes off, gives the Centaur a massive damage up buff. Normally, we need to interrupt that cast, but stuns don't work. So, because stuns don't work, a healer or caster usually casts Sleep or Repose to interrupt that cast. So, most of the time, the experienced veteran healers and casters will be doing that. So, thank you very much. Okay, Hellebore is gonna just go ahead and grab everything else. Yeah, tank, just be careful. Yep. Yeah, it's a bit messy, it's a bit chaotic, but as long as you don't rip enmity off mobs, we should generally be fine. Yeah, any spare or veteran tanks will just go ahead and grab mobs. I myself, if I see a mob that's being aggroed by someone who's not a tank, I will step in and pull it off you as well. Okay, and that's pretty much it for most for this pack of trash mobs here. Dante ate the 4 poison traps. Okay, now there are 2 types of traps in BA. The explosive ones, which are the large, shiny, glowy ones, will kill you instantly, unless you are a tank and use tank inbound. The small circular ones will apply a bleed and a 10-minute long vulnerability up. Okay, both of them are nasty, but if you're a veteran or if you're a tank and you know what you're doing, you can actually disarm the traps by stepping on them. Okay, but not recommended for new players. Okay, now, welcome to boss number 2. This is Raiden. Raiden is thunder aspected, and you can rotate your Mega to the correct element. There are really only 2 mechanics that you need to look out for Raiden. The first is the lateral Zantetsuken. Now what happens is that Raiden will disappear from the arena and will stack in the middle, looking to either the east or the west. Raiden will appear on either east or west, raise his sword on either his left or his right, and puddles will appear below everyone. Now because we're all stacked in the middle, okay, he's actually targeting randomly selected players, but because we're all stacked in the middle, a large number of AoE puddles will appear in the center. We need to move out of the puddles. Okay, just move, get out of the AoE puddles first, as you normally would, and move to the side Raiden's sword is not pointed at. Now there's a bit of time. Okay, get out of the puddles first, orientate yourself, go to the side where Raiden's sword is not pointed on. Now if you're unsure where the correct side is, just look at where everyone else is going. We are all going to the safe side. Shortly afterwards, Raiden cleaves across the middle of the arena, killing anyone in the center and on the wrong side. Okay, it's a one shot. Raiden's sword attacks insta-kill you. So try to avoid those. Okay, if you get hit by a puddle and you res into Raiden's sword attack, you also die because it goes through invulnerability as well. So just try not to get hit by it. Okay, now the second mechanic that we need to look out for is called Cloud to Ground, but we may skip it. Okay, however, in the event that we do see it, I will just briefly mention what it is. Now, Cloud to Ground happens much later in the fight. Exaflares will appear. Now, Exaflare is a traveling AoE. It's a circular AoE with an arrow in it. We will look for the first one. As it starts moving across the arena, we will stand at where the first one spawned, because that spot is going to be safe. Everyone stacks there. Raiden starts to cast Bitter Barbs, and a number of things will happen. Random players will be marked with an AoE puddle. Because we're all stacked on the same spot, a large number of AoE puddles appear below all of us. At this point of time, start running. Okay, pop sprint and run out of it. Now, Bitter Barbs will tether some players together with each other. You need to break those tethers, so just run in the opposite direction as your tethered player or tethered partner. And finally, there will still be Exaflares traveling across the arena. Make sure to dodge those Exaflares. Now, at the end of these mechanics, okay, all of these mechanics, Raiden does Whirling Zantetsuken, which is a donut-shaped AoE around Raiden's hitbox. You need to come into Raiden's hitbox at the end of all of these and stay inside his hitbox. Okay, I will call that out. I will say Whirling Zantetsuken, come inside his hitbox, be inside his hitbox. Okay, this happens a number of times in this fight. I will call those out as well. Okay, so that is Raiden's mechanics. Any questions? Okay, in the meantime, I will set a pull time, so we'll start at ET2140. Okay, to give some time for everyone. Okay, the pull time is ET2140. So if you have any questions or queries, feel free to ask. Okay, I will be your main tank for this fight for now. Raiden is thunder aspected. Okay, you should be rotating your Magia as we go through the Baldigian Arsenal, unless you have no healer with refresh. Okay, usually healers will tell you if they have refresh or not. Okay, and you'll see that your Magia is recharging really quickly if they are using it. Okay, this allows us to rotate our Magia freely, but if you are unable to, then maybe hold back on freely rotating your Magia too much. Okay, and just rotate for the boss fights. Limit break 2, as usual, is -2 ET. So LB2 is ET2138. Okay, and LB1 is ET2139. Okay, range or caster LB only. Okay, feel free to use it, because once we pull the boss, the limit break budget will disappear. Okay, will drain away. Okay, so ready up, foot check, and we'll be starting soon. Okay, if you have limit break 2, go ahead, range and casters fire it. If not, then LB1, fire off LB1, okay, and main tank establish MAT. Now the main tank usually starts by pulling Raiden to the edge of the arena. Okay, this is in preparation for the first major mechanic. Now there'll be a raid wide and a tank buster. Just heal through accordingly. Okay, this is the tank buster. Now shortly after this, Raiden does Thunder Call, which will electrify the edge of the arena. Ranged and caster players can go to maximum range. Okay, so if you're a healer, okay, basically if you're non-melee, you can just move to max range away from Raiden, okay, in a straight line away from Raiden. Now shortly after this, Raiden does Ame no Sakahoko and everyone runs away from Raiden. Okay, everyone start moving away. Now Raiden will do a backflip, fire a large point blank, and we need to be inside his hitbox after he lands. Be inside Raiden's hitbox. This is whirling Zantetsuken. Anyone outside instantly dies. Bye, Dante.
Like that.
Yeah, like that. The Dante just giving an example. Okay, now next, stacking in the middle. Stacking in the middle. This is lateral Zantetsuken. Raiden's on the west side. Dodge the puddles and move to the safe side.
Not fast enough.
All good, all good.
Well, I got the 70% shot.
Nice. Okay, raid wide. Worst case, in a situation where you die and it doesn't res, right? A healer will res you later. Until we run out of sacrifices, then you know your run is over. Now, light spreads. Everyone spread out lightly. Spread out lightly. Just don't be in any overlapping regions. Okay, space these out. Don't be in an overlapping area. You can take one hit. You just want to take 2 hits. Again, this is a light DPS check. Burn the spears. We burn the lancers. Technically, if this goes off, we all die, but I've never seen it happen. It's, the DPS check is way too light. Now, there'll be a raid wide and a bruise, which is a AoE on the floor. Just get out of it. Okay, just move out of this. Okay, shortly after this, Raiden does cloud to ground. We will probably see it, so just get ready. This will be slightly messy. Okay, looking for the first Exer Flare. Okay, it's on the north, so we're heading over to it. Just follow the crowd. Stacking here. Continue to DPS, get ready for bitter bumps. Hop, sprint, and run. Okay, break tethers, dodge Exer Flares, dodge puddles, and at the end of it, come back into Raiden's hitbox. Okay, come into Raiden's hitbox. This is whirling Zantetsuken. Be inside his hitbox. Be inside his hitbox. Okay, and Raiden's done. Very nice. Okay, one casualty, so thanks, Hekate. Treasure coffer up ahead here. Please remember to grab this. Okay, because we don't have any perception, so we need to wing it a little bit here. Okay, same thing here. This hallway up ahead, okay, or this hall up ahead, there's another bleed trap somewhere in this hall, so we don't know where it is. We will need to be extremely careful. And what we normally do is we will start to peel the mobs one at a time into the stairwell here. Okay, some of these mobs come attached to each other, so 3 at a time, 2 at a time is normal. Okay, I'll pull them further down. Watch their AoEs. They do a targeted AoE and a line AoE. You want to be careful for these.
Be extremely careful with them on the stairs as well, as they can be a little problematic.
It's hard to see the AoE when it's on the stairs. Nice. Okay, some of the other tanks are also peeling mobs, so just help them out, but always ensure that they have established enmity first. Okay. I think there's a doll coming down the stairwell. Okay, the bleed trap has been popped. Thanks, Dante. Help Dante out a little bit, and we should be good. Okay, this one does a gigantic donut. And it will do a gigantic point blank later on as well, so just be careful of it. Usually we don't see too many mechanics because mobs die way too quickly, but you know, sometimes this happens. Yep, yep. Okay,
Doll has been pulled.
all good, all good. Okay, the doll is simply got to point it away from the alliance because it does a gaze attack. If anyone has Okay, this is a gaze attack, and you do not want to be in front of it. Although I say it's a gaze attack, it's not really a gaze attack, it's a cleave. It's a cleave. Okay, I should just call it a cleave because even if you're not looking, you still get hit.
Please don't early pull the doll next time. Wait for the party. The doll will do raid wide and it will do a lot of damage. That's the one thing we don't want early pulled.
Just be careful. Okay, stand by here. There'll be a trap up ahead just before the treasure coffer now because we don't have perception. Hellbore's gonna pop it. Thanks, Hellbore. Can grab your treasure coffer. The trap has been disarmed. Now up ahead, there will be a hallway with 6 rooms. Now each of these rooms have either no traps, 1 trap, or 2 traps. Okay, we will dispatch the mobs in the hallway first. So going down the hallway, we'll clear the sprites and the magic armor, also known as logos. Okay, coffers in stone, thank you very much. Now what is happening here is we will be looking for 2 things in 1 of or 2 of the 6 rooms. There's a visible treasure coffer which has been found in the stone room. Okay, we will come back to it later on. So let's head down the hallway first and clear the rest of the mobs. In another of these rooms, there will be an invisible teleporter. Now we're gonna have a little bit of problem finding the teleporter with no perception. Okay, but we will try our best. Okay, there are traps in these rooms and mobs in them as well. So what needs to happen is that we will peel the mobs out of the rooms, dispatch them in the hallway where it is safe. Once there are no mobs in the rooms, okay, we will try to disarm the traps so that we can try to find the teleporter. Usually a perceptor will scan the rooms and reveal the traps as well as the teleporter, but because we have no perceptor this time around, we're going to have to wing it a little bit. Yeah, we will clear fire and stone first, so that we don't have to deal with exploding traps later on. Okay, but fingers crossed, hope is in those 2 rooms. Okay, the position of the teleporter and traps are semi-random. It's semi-random. We kinda know where they are, but we don't know where they are exactly. So we don't want to risk it too much. We'll try to do this carefully. Okay, we'll head over to the earth room first and clear the earth and fire rooms. There are no traps in those 2 rooms, so there's lesser of a risk. Okay, not to mention I know that the teleporter, if they are in those rooms, will be right in the center near the back of the room. So we can, fingers crossed it's one of those 2 rooms, and then maybe support fate will bring us someone with perception now. Maybe. Quick ask your friends who have perception to come in. I guess worst case scenario, you can send someone out and they can come back in afterwards as well. Okay, these rooms, this earth room is technically safe from traps, so y'all can just come in, it's okay. Okay, Hecate has scanned the middle for the teleporter, so there is no teleport here, unfortunate. So we'll dispatch the fire room after this. We will do the fire room next. Okay, but just watch out for targeted AoEs. Getting clipped by these will still be dangerous. Not in stone. Yeah, there's a treasure coffer here as well, so remember to grab the treasure coffer on the right side of the room upon coming in to the room itself. Okay, this will give you your Eureka fragments, which are meant to upgrade your gear pieces into the Biz version. Okay, fire room is next. Shuin, go ahead. Okay, now these mobs will do a nasty donut AoE, so you either want to be very near them or very far from them. Oh, Shuin's down. Too many mobs. Okay, just be careful, just be careful. We will try to peel some at a time. Okay, it's getting a bit spicy. Getting a bit spicy. Okay, thanks help to hold enmity on some of these if you can. Yes, there was probably like too many, I guess. Yeah, pop potions, use mitigation.
That's 1 down.
Thank you.
Oh, person dead.
There will be some minor accidents if too many are pulled. Just be careful about that.
Damn it.
2, 3 dead. Is the see if the teleporter is here. Yeah, we need to find the portal first. Unfortunately, it's not here. This will be a bit spicy. Now, for dead players, right? Normally, what we can do is there's a way to cheese the res. So usually, what we do is we try to find the portal first. But if your timer is running out, let us know immediately. Okay, there's a 10-minute timer before you will be forced to release. So we'll start to clear the thunder and wind rooms. Let's start with thunder room first, carefully. Okay, but because we are on a time limit now, we'll try to do this. Try to expedite this. Okay, but again, try not to pull too many. Okay, there'll be one trap in this room here, and we don't really know where exactly it is. So we're gonna need to disarm the trap using tank invulnerabilities as well. Dante, do you have Hortense, are you going to pop trap? Go ahead if you are. Right, good luck. So you can pop the one trap in this room. Okay, he's gotten the trap, so I'm gonna pull the mob and we'll kill this mob. And need to find the portal as well. Okay, Dante, you save your inbound for the wind room next.
We do have one of our tanks currently DC'd, which is hellable.
All good, all good. He will, hopefully he'll be back within 10 minutes. Okay, not in the thunder room, so we're moving on to wind next. Okay, I'll again carefully pull mobs 1 or 2 at a time. Okay, these ones aren't too bad. The Skatins will do a point blank AoE centered around themselves. If you get hit by it, you fall asleep, just like listening to me speak. Okay, 400 seconds for the death timer. So let's see, let's close. If the portal is not in the wind room, then we can start to res the dead players because we can't cheese it anyway. If it's in the ice or water rooms, right, we will not be able to cheese anyway. Okay, Dante, if you have living dead, you can go ahead and try to disarm the trap in this room. Okay, go ahead, try to pop the trap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. You missed. You missed.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Okay, let me try as well. Okay, I'm gonna try as well. I think it's just like speed through. Okay, sprint. Move away, Dante, move away. Is it not here? Corner. Okay, there it is. Okay, this room has been swept. See if we can find a portal here. If not, then it's not in this room either. Corners. Yeah, just so you know, normally what we do is we will perception to scan for it, right? But because we don't have perception, if you stumble upon the portal, it will reveal itself as well. Okay, there's actually semi-fixed positions for these portals, but don't memorize the positions, so
Wind clear.
doesn't look like it's this room. Okay lah. So I think for the Hecate is starting to sacrifice some of the players. Because it's not in thunder or wind, right? We will have to res the players anyway because there's no way we can reach the portal from all the way over here to all the way over there. Thanks, Hekate. Do let us know if you're running out of sacrifices. Each healer can maybe carry about 6 to maximum 7 sacrifices, because it's limited by the number of spirits they can carry, and it's 1 per tray. So thank you very much. Okay, Tokyo didn't get up, so we need another healer to rest them. clearly not using Sharp Brand Spirit of the Remembered. I mean, if y'all want to start sacrificing, just sacrifice them towards the middle of the hall, or better yet, towards the ice or water rooms, because the portal's gonna be inside one of these 2 rooms anyway.
I think we've already popped.
Nice. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we're gonna try to clear these 2 rooms next. If you have friends who are coming in through the support fate later on, can gonna start pulling the Vikings here in the ice room. Okay, but if you all have friends coming in through support fate, actually we don't need perception anymore after this. Yeah, okay.
Not after support rooms.
Yeah, not after support. Don't really need it anymore. Okay, Tens, how many do you pop? Was it 1 or 2? Yep, everyone's up. Okay, one popped. So we have 1 more trap inside this room here. Either Shuin or... Okay, go ahead, Shuin. Careful, let Shuin sweep the room for explosions first. 3, 2... Okay, that's the second trap. Help heal Shuin. Thanks. Nice. Okay, we see if the teleporter's in this room. I mean, there's a slight chance that we missed a teleporter in the previous rooms, but you know.
I'll go run back to the other rooms and check again.
Yeah. Is it really water? Are we this unlucky? Okay lah. Yeah, I guess it's not here. I mean, we do a general sweep first. If it's not here, you know, we will clear the last room, do a general sweep of the last room, and if we still can't find it, then we'll start to go back and scan the other rooms. Okay, yep. Okay, pulling water rooms. Now water rooms mobs does a very, very gigantic cliff. You want to be very near or extremely far away from these mobs. Don't be mid-range, because if the cliff is pointed at you and you're right in the center of the cliff, you're gonna have difficulty getting out of it. Okay, nice, this one down. Yep, this is the cliff. Pizza slice, as they call it. Here's the last one here. Okay, and whoever...
Okay, we've lost one of our main tanks.
Oh, Hellebore disconnected.
Hellebore full DC'd.
Yeah, understandable. So I mean, can't be helped. Probably some issue with their connection. 2, 1. Okay, stop moving. Anyone else has a tank inbound? Thanks, Dante. Dante's trying again. That's the second explosion. Okay, that's all the traps. That's all the traps there is, Dante. Thank you. Okay, try to find the bottle. It should be in one of these 6 rooms. Usually in the corners. Yeah, we probably missed it in one of the previous rooms. We need to go back and scan for them. There was a map with all the bottle positions. Yeah. Okay, go back and scan the other rooms. If any of you can find the bottle, just shout it out and let me know. In the meantime, I'm gonna quickly dig out my resources and see if I can find the map with where all the bottle positions.
Looking for that exact same map too.
Yeah. There's a map that Eric, big fan, posted before once, and that map shows you the portal positions in every room. Because they are semi-random, we need to actually guess. There it is. I found it. Okay, ice and water.
Dante's found it.
All right, nice. Thanks, Dante. Which room is it? Which room? Oh, she saw the link to the picture, but she hasn't found the actual teleporter yet. No. She just found the link. It's the link to the portal map. So the portal map, if y'all can see the link, right? Maybe I'll just copy this image, download this image and copy it, and then I can show you what it looks like. This courtesy of Eric. Portal map. Okay, and I'm just gonna post it into the Eureka Lounge chat channel, and y'all should be able to see it. Okay, or if someone else can, let's block it here. Okay, the Eureka Lounge map.
It's in Lightning. On top.
Thanks, guys. Okay, so it's in Lightning. Thank you. Okay, but I'll just paste it there anyway, just for future reference if anyone is interested. Okay, the portal map actually shows you all the potential portal and trap positions. And as you can see, Earth Fire is right in the center at the back. Lightning and Wind are in the corners. And Ice and Water are at the back in a straight line. So there's actually a way to scan for the portal. So thanks so much.
Just immediately through the right after you go through the portal as well.
Okay, there's a treasure coffer on the right. Please remember grab it as you go through the teleporter. Don't forget that one. Okay, we are not coming back here later on, so do remember grab your treasure coffer. And moving onwards, we'll be heading down a hallway. There will be, again, more mobs. One bleed trap in this hall. And we'll be peeling and dispatching the mobs carefully. Okay, I think there's a ghost that will come wander into this stairwell as well. So just be careful for that ghost mob. Here it comes. I will try to grab it first. Okay, and just carefully dispatch the mobs as usual. Okay, the hard part's done.
Oh no, Helleball's back now.
You can come in through support then.
Welcome back.
Okay, go ahead. We'll start to carefully pull mobs as well. Thanks Dante for trying to disarm traps. I'm gonna peel the ice mobs here. Oh, Dante, careful. Bring them to me. Thank you. Okay, I'm pulling them into the stairwell if I can, just to be safe. Okay, they're being aggroed off towards Dante for some reason. Or they've just... Okay, yeah, understand. Good. Frog next. This frog does a very nasty toy hammer attack, which must be slapped or tanked inbound. Okay, lead trap has been popped. The hall is safe from traps now. They help Dante to dispatch this frog. Doll incoming.
Doll is coming back through.
Watch out for the point blank. Toy hammer. Sleep it would be nice, but killing it is also nice. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Hekate slapped the doll mob, but I'm just gonna aggro it and we will dispatch it. The doll mobs have a couple of nasty attacks. The gaze attack is a massive cleave, and if left alive long enough, it starts pumping out red-white damage to everyone.
It hurts.
Okay, we are gonna clear the hallway for these two ghost mobs first, and what happens next is that there's gonna be 6 rooms. Okay, these 6 rooms are very similar to the original set of 6 rooms, but there's gonna be one trap in every room in the middle of the room, overlapping with the button in the center. Now it could be on the left, right, front or back of the button, but it always overlaps the button in the middle, and there's one trap in every room. We will usually have to send a tank in to disarm the trap or scan for the trap. If we had perception, we would have scanned for it, but no perception, so unfortunately we have to start popping traps with tanks. And then what's going to happen next is that we're going to split our alliance into 6 different parties. Okay, ideally with a tank and healer in each party, and each party is assigned to one room. Okay, so 5 tanks here, 1 player for Earth room if anyone has Reflect. Thank you. So I think Hecate has got tank plate. Okay, that's different. Tens has Earth room. Okay. You want a tank? I mean, we technically have 5 tanks. We technically have 5 tanks, but Hecate is volunteering to tank. So maybe Hecate can try to pick a room. You choose a room, and then we will take 2 rooms. Me and you will take 1 room each. Okay, we need to disarm the traps as well. So tanks who are popping traps in the rooms, please let us know. I think fire room trap has been cleared. Okay, I'll help you clear the lightning and wind room traps. I'll help clear the lightning and wind room traps. Okay, so wind is clear. Okay, thanks. So I'll clear lightning then. Okay, lightning is done. Ice, water, and earth room needs to clear the traps as well. Yeah, only tanks can clear the traps. Only tanks can pop traps. Okay, ice is done. Stone, earth is done. Water room has a trap. Okay, so
we only have 5 tanks, so 1 room is gonna have to have a trap.
that's true. We wait for cooldown. Dante is waiting for the cooldown. Technically speaking, if you sprint, right, you could clear opposite rooms, like fire, earth, or wind, water, or thunder and wind, thunder, or ice and water if you are lucky, but I wouldn't risk it. So we'll just wait for tanks cooldown to come off. Okay, in the meantime, while that's happening, let's allocate players to rooms. Dante is taking water, so thanks Dante. Hecate wants to do lightning, so Hecate will take lightning room. Hecate, for our party, right, maybe you pick who you want to bring with you into the lightning room. Seal will take wind. Thanks very much, Seal. I think who said they are doing earth? Let me just quickly check. Tens will take earth room. Okay, so earth room is a bit special. Oh, but you're a tank. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, technically speaking, if you're a tank, right, you're gonna be tanking a room anyway. You may as well.
Oh shit, I'm party lead now apparently.
Sorry, say again.
That was complete off topic. Halibal was looking for an invite, and I was wondering who was going to invite. Then I realized I was the party lead, so.
I see. Okay, no worries. Okay. Thanks, Hecate. So if you take lightning, I'll take Seal's taking wind. I will take fire, I guess. I'll take fire. So my party will be taking fire and thunder. Alright, thank you. Shrin's taking ice, thank you. Oh, okay, Seal's taking fire. Dante's taking. So ice and wind is available.
No, I got one.
Okay, so
Alright, last trap cleared.
Thank you. So all traps are cleared. Okay, Hecate's thunder, Seal's wind, Tens is stone, Dante's water. I'm taking fire, Shrin's taking ice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so all rooms are accounted for. So just head off to your rooms. Make sure your room has either a tank or someone who is tanking, a healer, or someone who is keeping the person tanking alive. And if there are spare DPSs, DPS just spread out amongst the rooms and help out, except the earth room. Okay, the earth room only should have 10s in it. Okay, because the earth room is special, the mobs only do magic damage, and if someone has reflect on and they try to hit him, they will just not damage him and damage themselves instead. This works very well if there's no one else in the room, so that the mobs can only target that player. So let 10s be in the earth room. Okay, but other than that, everyone else should be spread out. Okay, so we will pop ready checks, and what you want to do is you want to be in the corner of the room. Okay, if you're not the main tank, right, you want to be in the corner of the room so that you don't aggro any mobs when the mobs appear. Now what's going to happen is we're going to have one player in the center of each button in each room. Once all 6 rooms have someone in it, the doors will close and the 2 mobs will spawn. In your party level, okay, in your room, just dispatch the mobs, making sure that the tank has enmity and the healer keeps the tank alive. Don't rip enmity off the tank, okay, or whoever's tanking. Okay, whoever's outside, okay, unfortunately I do not have okay, there's quite a lot of people outside. 1, 2, 3. Hellebore's outside as well. Infinity is there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keko is there as well. So there's 9 players out there. 8 of them are eligible to enter, so just nice. Thanks guys. Okay, Hellebore's got Dispel. Okay, or hopefully someone out there has Dispel. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that. We have 8 minutes left on the clock, so we're just doing ready checks and we are just shouting out, okay, which rooms are ready. So fire and I guess mine is thunder. Okay, ready. Okay, so once all 6 rooms are ready, wind ready, fire, thunder ready. Okay, good point to point out here is normally at this point of time we start using shout. Yeah, because if you use yell, right, players on the opposite end of the hallway cannot hear you, cannot see your text. So we start using shout here. Okay, wind, water, ice, thunder, fire, and earth. Okay, all 6 rooms are ready. So we're gonna start at ET 0850 lah. Okay, so ET 0850. Let's give it our best shot. Okay, so at 0850, all the main tanks or whoever's tanking will step into the button in the middle. Defensive Magia on the room's element. Okay, the mobs that spawn will be of that room's element. So if you're in the earth room, it'll be earth mobs. If you're in the thunder room, it'll be thunder mobs. You can rotate your Mega to that room's element to defend against it. Establish enmity on one of the mobs at a time if you can. Okay, but if your party member accidentally pulls another mob, if you're the tank, quickly grab it so that your party member doesn't die. Okay, and we're gonna start soon. Just step in the button in the middle, and once everyone has stepped in in every single button, the doors will close, mobs spawn, and let's dispatch them. Okay, good luck. Try not to die. Some of the mobs have nasty AoE attacks, so you want to be careful. Okay, fire room. Mobs do a donut, so come closer. Water room mobs do a gigantic cleave, so also go closer. The last thing here is that if you clear your room and you exit and reach the front doors, you shout first. That means you win. There's a mini race going on here. Whoever clears their room first wins. Okay, whoever's in Hecate's room, just remember let Hecate establish enmity for a little bit because they are not an actual tank. They're using insects to tank. Totally possible, but lesser tools available. Oh, good. Okay, at this point of time, the folks out in Hydatos will be fighting the support trade. So once they have cleared it, they will be eligible to enter into BA as well, and they will join us for the last 2 bosses in BA. Okay, this, if you join us midway through and clear BA, it counts as a clear as well. Okay, just so you all know. It also counts as a clear. Okay, but essentially you're skipping the first half of BA, but it also works. Okay, but the competition is slightly tougher because there's only 8 portals available. Okay, but here on Materia, usually not too big of an issue, especially on non-peak hours. I think it's done already. Okay, shortly after this, we'll be heading back through the Raiden's arena. If you see a treasure coffer there, it's a bonus treasure. Okay, it's the Raiden's treasure coffer that you forgot to pick up the first time round. So do remember to pick it up again. Thank you, it is done. and we will just head back up to the original set of 6 rooms. There will be new mobs that have spawned, so we will be clearing the mobs first, and afterwards we'll be waiting for the support folk to come in and join us. Oh, support's done. Nice. So, for the folk out there, they will be waiting. They're going through the same process as we are when we first joined into VA. So there's a 10-minute debuff timer.
Yeah.
Are you okay? So that's fine. Yeah. So there's a 10-minute debuff timer. 4 minutes later, blue portal spawn. 3 minutes after that, red portals will spawn. So they are going through the same process. Total, we need to wait about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, they come in, they need to set up their trays, logos, actions, and run all the way back up here as well. So we'll give them about 10 minutes to join us. Okay, we are clearing the mobs here next. So just be careful, let main tanks tank, and dispatch all the mobs in this hallway.
Oh, fucking shit.
In this hallway, there are 3 mobs that we need to pay attention to. The first one is the frog monster that we already killed, so that one's not a problem anymore. The second one is the Bibliotaph, which is the book monster, and the centaur, the third one, up ahead. Now, the reason why I point out these 3 mobs is because they have...
Like to play hide and seek.
Yeah, they like to wander around in these rooms, sometimes moving into the rooms themselves, and trying to hide from all of us. As you can see, the Bibliotaph right there. We just need to account for them to ensure that if they do wander off, we are able to locate them and they don't ambush us from behind. Okay, other than that, they're just regular mobs. We dispatch them and we should be all good once we are done with these last 2 mobs. Nice. So we are done with the last mob over here. Okay, unfortunately, because we cleared all the traps and cleared all the mobs because we don't have perception, there are no traps or mobs left. So, okay, yes, pro shell. Okay, if you want protect and shell, form a line. Okay, there's going to be a line here on MATERIA. We generally line up for things. So, we form a line. The person at the back is casting shell and protect on you. Okay, if you need to, this also doubles up as a designated bathroom or bio break. Okay, we will take a short break and maybe be back here in about 7 minutes. Okay, so 7-minute break. Let's rest for a while. Okay, and by that time, the support folk will have joined us already, and I will begin explanations in about 7 minutes. So X39, 39. Okay, X39 on the clock. Okay, be back by X39. 5:39. Actually, it's 29. Thanks, tens. I can't math clearly. X39. It is said that if you cannot math, you are a good Final Fantasy 14 player because all the good players cannot do. That's why everyone dies at Construct 7. exactly. We can only count to 4. Yeah, it's kind of true. Today's run has been a little bit messy. I'll be honest. Most of the times the runs are usually quite smooth.
This run's been fun as fuck.
But it's fun, yeah, I agree. It usually isn't so.
After so many smooth BA runs, it's nice to have one that's just a cluster of just problematic times.
I know, right? I literally had like a friend who once mentioned to me that they stopped joining my practice runs because they were too boring. They're too boring because too too routine. So everything goes according to plan. Everyone's prepared, and the runs clear like within 7 minutes of starting the fight or something. So it was too boring. So they prefer like spicier runs where stuff starts to go wrong. So it's refreshing every once in a while, but not too often.
Note to self, coming in as a healer tank at one point. That'll spice things up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Every so often, a little bit of variance is make things interesting. Yeah, not too many, I hope. Like I was just glad that we could have a run in the first place. One of the few concerns I often have for BAs is like, will there even be enough people to start a run? Especially at the early stages of Dawn Trail's release. I was just holding back on hosting runs because there might not be enough interest to sustain a run. But good to see, nice to see that the folks are starting to get back into it.
Over the past few weeks, there's been a few runs that have gone from kind of sloppy to they've managed to get clears. So
Sloppy.
looks like sloppy. I don't have that macro anymore, do I? Fuck.
Anyway, DC1, if I'm not mistaken, does not allow soundboards. Unfortunate, but because this is the main public channel used to host large-scale events, we don't want everyone spamming soundboards. Okay, 3:29. I think everyone is here already. The support folks should have joined. Yep, I see that.
Everybody's in a party.
Nice. Okay, so it's X29 on the clock. Okay, to start off, kick off the remaining half of VA. I will just get started on explanations first. Okay, now I'll try to keep this brief, but from this point onwards, we're gonna have 3 more encounters. Boss number 3, Absolute Virtue, also known as AV, is a wind aspected boss. So rotate your Magia to the appropriate element, and as I'm explaining, okay, let your Magia recharge. Now, after AV, there'll be 2 more Trash Mobs and Ozma, okay, the final fight in the Ball Legion Arsenal. Now, from this point onwards, if you are a DPS player and you have been using a defensive wisdom, now is the time to crack open the offensive ones. Okay, now is the time to use your offensive wisdoms, because these bosses generally have a DPS check. Okay, AV's DPS check is about 7 minutes and 30 seconds long. Ozma's DPS check is 10 minutes and 30 seconds long. So we need to start encouraging players to pump out that DPS. Okay, but if you don't have any, did not prepare any DPS actions and or are not fully prepared, just stay alive. Okay, try your best to stay alive. Dead DPS to no DPS. So I rather you just have no DPS actions but stay alive than to, you know, sacrifice certain actions or your defensives and die along the way. Okay, so
Try to make sure you have a spirit of remembered up, like I haven't had this whole time. I've just realized.
Yeah, I try to have spirit of the remembered. If anyone doesn't have any spirits, please refresh a new one. Okay, try to, you know, crack open a new one. It's again, even if you have to sacrifice your offensive wisdom just to have a new spirit on, I rather you have the spirit on to stay alive. And you know, just do normal DPS. Normal DPS is still DPS. Okay, just stay alive as much as you can. Okay, now, moving on quickly. AV, main mechanic. There's two things you really need to pay attention to. These are his IDOS. Okay, and what IDOS are is that he will place bracelets on his wrists. Okay, and there's actually a halo above his head. Now this wrist/halo combination has a color. It's either a light color or a dark color. And he will manifest mechanics in 2 different ways. Now the first way is that puddles of either light or dark color will appear in the arena, and the dangerous color, okay, the color of his bracelets and wrists, puddles will expand, and afterwards all of them will explode. You need to move away from the dangerous color. Now I will be doing callouts for this fight, so you will hear me say something along the lines of, okay, light bracelets, move away from light puddles. Just move away from the light colored circular puddles. Generally speaking, you should be either near the edge of the arena, hugging a dark puddle, okay, the opposite safe color puddle, or in between 2 puddles of the safe color. If in doubt, just follow everyone. Okay, everyone else will be moving to these safe spots. Just follow them and hug them tightly to avoid getting clipped by these AoE puddles. Now, it is okay to run over the puddles to get to a safe spot, but you cannot be standing in them when they explode at the end. Now, the second mechanic is Impact Stream. AV will bisect the arena into 2 halves, light and dark half. I will call out, go to light, go to light. You just stay on the light half, or go to dark, stay on the dark half. Okay, anyone on the wrong half simply just dies. Okay, now, the third and final mechanic is Turbulent Aether. Now, midway through the fight, AV does this, I think, about 2 to 3 times in this fight. AV does Turbulent Aether, and 8 random players will be tethered with an orb and tether. Now, these players need to check for their orb and tether, and if they have an orb and tether, they will need to move themselves to a puddle of the opposite color. Okay, around the arena, there will be small circular puddles of light and dark colors. If you have a light colored orb, you go to a dark colored puddle, and vice versa. Stand in the puddle, wait for the orb to touch you, and it will explode. But because you are in the opposite colored puddle, it will mitigate or block most of the incoming damage, and you will have resolved that mechanic. Now, if at any point of time you touch your orb, it explodes, blasting you and everyone around you with AoE damage and a damage down debuff. So you want to try to avoid popping those orbs in the center. Now, everyone else without a tether and orb, stay near the center to let the players with orb and tethers run around the edges to deal with their mechanic. Okay, do note that AV usually follows up Turbulent Aether with a large conal AoE. So you want to stay near AV to dodge the cone first before running off to resolve your mechanic. Okay, I will call this out. I'll say wait for the Javelin, which is the conal AoE. Then once the telegraph goes out, I will say go, and you start running off to resolve your mechanic. Now there will also be adds in this fight. Okay, now two tanks will volunteer themselves to take the adds. Okay, any tank who wishes to do so, please just yell out right now. Okay, and I will give you the roles, okay, assigned to north or south wyvern adds. Okay, and main tank, I guess it will be myself. Okay, I will be your main tank. I'm right here at the front. Okay, Shuin is the north wyvern. Thank you, Shuin. Okay, and I'm the main tank. Okay, me. Okay, Hellbor is the south wyvern. Thanks, Hellbor and Shuin. Okay, and I'm the main tank. Now, if it would... Okay, so these adds, when they appear, DPS focus them down first. Do note that the adds are thunder aspected, so you need to rotate Magia to earth, burn them down, and then rotate back to ice to focus on AV. If you have Death L, okay, Swift Cast Death L works on adds as well. You will insta-kill them if you have it. So try to kill the adds ASAP. If the adds are left alive for too long, they explode, killing a lot of players. Main tank in this fight is me. I'm at the front here. I will just do a wave real quick. All parties, if it helps you, mark me with a sign, okay, or a marker on my head. In this fight, there will be tank busters that are an AoE centered on the main tank. When I say tank buster, move away from the main tank. Okay, move away from me. If you're standing near me and the tank buster hits me, it will clip you. You generally won't survive. Okay, if you're not a tank, you're not going to survive it. So try to keep an eye out for the main tank. I will try my best to move away from players, but if everyone's running all around all over the place, it might be a bit tough for me to not hit anyone. So try to give the main tank some space during the tank buster. Okay, if you see people running to me, right, just ignore them. They're just trying to, do strange things. Okay, they're just trying to have fun. So it's perfectly fine. I will recognize those players and I will just ignore them. But for regular players, just avoid the main tank for tank busters in this fight. Okay, other than that, let's pop ready checks. I don't want to spend too much time talking. We'll try our best. Okay, we'll try our best to clear this fight. If you do die, remember to pop a new spirit every time you die, immediately after you get back up, to try to stay alive as much as you can. But if your spirit fails, then unfortunately, but we'll have to wait until after the fight to pick you up, if we still have resources left. Okay, do ready checks. Now, after 45 seconds, okay, if your party is ready, you can just shout out that you're ready, but I'm not going to just account for all the parties. If you are ready, move forwards beyond the purple line. Okay, if you are ready and you can hear me right now, move forwards beyond the purple line, come into the arena so that we know that you are ready. Okay, and I will set a start time to ET 1650. Okay, ET 1650. Thank you. Yep, thanks you. Usually that happens just before the pool. Okay, now, last few things to check before we start. If your food has run out, okay, which it most likely has by now because I've been talking about 30 minutes now, pop a new food, do a gear check, mega board rotation check. Okay, there's a little bit of mega rotation in this fight, so make sure you have some mega. Okay, people casting bravery, if you need bravery, I think you can go off to either the left or right corners, and they will notice that you are DPS and you need it. They will cast it on you. Okay, but thanks so much for all the bravery casters. Okay, limit break 2 is as usual, okay, minus 2 ET, so 1648. Limit break 1 is 1649. Here, once again, range or caster LB only. If we don't use it, the limit break tends to just drain away once the fight starts. Okay, and other than that, just try our best, listen to callouts. Okay, focus up. Okay, and we'll give it our best shot. Okay, we're starting in 5 ET. LB2, LB1, and main tank established. Okay, there'll be multiple red whites in this fight, so just be careful. Okay, I will try to
Oh.
it's all good. Okay, some of the tanks sometimes tank stances not on, and or some players open up with a very large opener, so MAT tends to go off from the main tank. Don't worry about it. First mechanic is IDOS, move away from the light puddles, away from the light puddles. Now the first time AV does this, there's only a single color. Subsequent casts will have multiple colors. Now come close to AV, he follows up with Medusa Javelin. This is a large conal attack. Staying near the boss makes it easy to dodge this attack. Okay, so notice how if you're at the end or the edge, you probably get clipped. Okay, now going to
Rajasa
the dark
Taser
half.
was hit with it.
Going to the dark half, stay on dark. All good. I pop them some heals. Tank Buster on the main tank, only the other tanks would like to step. Taking extra damage for no reason. Alright, next mechanic will be 2 colored puddles. There'll be 2 colored puddles. Away from light colors. Okay, that whole quadrant is not safe. Come over to the dark colored puddle area. Some latency issue going on there. No worries, we'll pick you up later.
Yeah.
I can see that you lagged a little bit there. All good. Alright, red whites. Turbulent Aether will be coming up next. Now, some players will be marked with an Orb and Tether. Check for your Orb and Tether, wait for the Javelin, and go. Okay, handle your Orb and Tether. Everyone else stay closer to the middle. Tank Buster on the main tank. Don't be standing near the main tank. Red white. More red whites. Shortly after this, AV will jump away, and there'll be 3 impact streams going off one after another. Okay, staying close to the middle, rotate your Mega to defensive, which is on wind, and just heal through as necessary. This is dark, go to the dark half. All 3 are dark. Okay, but try to heal players who need healing. Stay on dark half for all 3. At the end of this, we'll be moving away from the proximity in the middle. Okay, away from the middle, and you might want to pop sprint and run back in after AV lands. Okay, go back in, AV follows up with Medusa Javelin. Finally, we want to move away from the main tank. There's going to be a tank buster afterwards. It is slightly on the low side, so we need to pump out more DPS. Red whites. We will see ads, so ads are coming up. The DPS focus on the ads. There'll be Turbulent Aether again, so those marked with tethers deal with orbs and tethers. There will be a Javelin, wait for the Javelin and go. Okay, Tank Buster on main tank. Burn ads. Okay, nice, ads are down, thank you. Orbs are resolved, Tank Buster has been taken. Continue focusing on AV. Red white. more puddles away from dark puddles, away from dark puddles to the light colored quadrant, away from that dark puddle in the corner will be safe. Okay, away from proximity, and come back closer to the middle, staying on dark, go to the dark half. Okay, AV will do another left right cleave afterwards, go to the light half next, heal through, and continue to DPS. Dodge the javelin. Okay, fingers crossed we should be able to kill it before anything else happens. More red whites, I think 2 more red whites, and then it will be enraged soon. Okay, but we are good. Okay, a couple of deaths. There's a treasure coffer up ahead, so grab your treasure coffer first, and we will res or pick up the dead players. Okay, very good. Slightly lower on the DPS side, but otherwise not too bad. Yes, if you log out in BA, you will be able to actually log back in, keeping in mind that there's a 10-minute kick timer, so if you take longer than 10 minutes, you get kicked from BA. Okay, now for healers, help to res dead players. Thank you very much, very much appreciated. Okay, I know reses are quite expensive. Okay, once again, just to briefly mention this, if you are a healer or you are looking to be a healer in BA next time, a good practice to have is to call out who you are about to sacrifice, okay, to prevent multiple healers from cracking open sacrifices for one dead player. Okay, but otherwise it's just a general courtesy. Okay, Tokyo's down again, unfortunately.
Go Tokyo.
His theory didn't work. Stop buying counterfeit versions. Okay, thanks very much. No, thanks very much, Tokyo. It's much appreciated. Yeah, y'all are like running, the healers are running out of sacrifices, so they can only bring a limited number. Even if, let's say, I can afford it, right? I can only bring like maybe 6 or 7.
Alright, we're all up.
Nice, thank you. Alright, moving onwards, there'll be 2 more trash mobs before the final boss fight. These 2 mobs, they don't do very much, but they are generally meant for us to use them as DPS battery. So basically, use them to build your gauges. Okay, red mage, black and white mana, samurai, you can build your Kenki gauge as well as your get your stickers up. Okay, so on and so forth. Okay, use them to build gauges. Don't insta-death them, don't go ham and burst DPS on them. Okay, they will, however, start casting a skill call on the properties of darkness, which must be interrupted. Okay, me as a tank, paladin no less, okay, will have an infinite number of stuns. I will shield bash them. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling the first one. Okay, use them to build your gauges, etc. Okay, but if you don't need any more gauge, just maybe like hold off on DPSing. It's perfectly fine to just leave them up. Then 5 minutes left on the clock. Just about enough time for this run to conclude. Okay, I'll be pulling the second mob. Okay, after this mob dies, there's going to be a cutscene for new players, so enjoy your cutscene watches. And there's going to be a number of things that we will need to resolve. So to sort of save time, I will start kick off the explanations as the cutscene is going on. Okay, now first things first, for everyone here who's new, do not go to the front and hop off yet. Okay, there's going to be some organizational stuff going on here at the back. So generally speaking, we want to sort out roles, who goes east, west, south, etc. Before we start hopping off. Okay, yeah, semi pre-ordered, but if you wish to switch them around, it's doable. Like for example, maybe like some parties have no healers, we may need to swap main tanks around. Okay, so we will usually reconfirm who takes which platform. Okay, so Dante is east. Okay, I will be probably west. West, yes, I'm west. Okay, west. He's all good. West MT 125. Thanks, Dante. I can I can min tank for West lah. I mean, I've done it multiple times so it's not too bad for me. Thank you. Yep. Okay lah. So first things first. Okay, so once again, don't hop off the front. Now everyone who needs a shell and protect, we do the lineup thing again. So form a line at the back. Okay, whoever has shell and protect, thank you very much. If you can go to the back and start casting it on the people in the line, okay, it is very much appreciated. Okay, and remember to say thank you or bow to the person casting shell and protect. Okay, it is a very welcome and much appreciated. It's a very nice thing to have and to do for everyone here. Okay, now while that's going on, I will start explanations. This is going to take about 5 to 7 minutes. So during this time, okay, don't AFK for too long. Okay, I've had cases where I start explaining stuff, people ask questions, and it goes longer than 10 minutes and people get AFK kicked. So just be very mindful that you should not AFK during this entire time, although there's a very high urge to just fall asleep. Okay, so now moving on. Ozma, the fight itself. Okay, if you open your mini map and you look at the Ozma arena, it's like a circle with three platforms sticking out. One on the east, one on the west, one on the south. We will split our main alliance into 3 smaller groups. One main tank party east, south, and west. So one party at east, one party at south, one party at west, main tanking. If we have more than 3 parties, ST parties will go to either east, west, or south. Okay, if there's 6 parties, then MT and ST parties for each platform. If there's less than that, then the ST parties get to choose east, west, or south. Okay, and if there's maximum 56 players, there will be a 7th support party, also known as the SST party. That they can choose where they want to go as well. Okay, here I think we are only about 30 strong. We are 30 players strong. So we have about 4 to 5 parties. Okay, some of the parties might be split into smaller groups of 4 and 5 players each. Okay, so we may have about 4 to 5 parties in total. So 3 main tank parties, each party will be taking 1 platform. Okay, and there's 1 support party. They will be supporting. Okay, basically the support party is if any of the platforms collapses, meaning the main tank dies and the healer dies and that party is slowly dying off, right? The support party will quickly run in and hold up that platform. Okay, basically you just go in and carry that platform and hold it up. Okay, so thanks for the support party as well. Okay, now Ozma itself, the actual fight. This fight is important because for this fight, for you to clear, you need to be alive at the... Okay, no. You need to stay alive for as long as you can. When Ozma dies and you are in the arena, you count as a clear. Okay, it counts as a clear for you. But you must be inside the Ozma arena. If you are dead, but Ozma dies and you are still in the arena, it counts as a clear. Now, the main problem is every 2 minutes, Ozma will do Black Hole. Okay, every 2 minutes, Ozma will do this move called Black Hole, which will eject players out into Hiatus. If you are dead and Ozma executes Black Hole, you automatically get sucked out. Okay, we call it sucking out because it looks like a toilet bowl flushing, and you will understand when you see it. Okay, it looks like you're being ejected or flushed into Ozma, getting ejected into Hiatus afterwards. Okay, so try your best to stay alive for as long as you can in this fight so that you can reach the end of the fight itself. Now, Ozma mechanics, there are really only 3 main mechanics that I need to pay attention to, and I'll explain these. Now, the first most important mechanic is meteors. Now, meteors occur during the triangle and spiked ball form of Ozma, and 2 players per platform will be marked with a massive AoE. Okay, 2 players will have this gigantic, huge AoE marker on their heads. You cannot miss it. It's massive, covers nearly the entire platform. Now, these 2 players need to place their meteors, one to the rear right corner of the platform, the other one to the left on the ring-shaped platform. There's a button on the left on the ring-shaped platform. Okay, now if you're not sure where these places are, later once we start jumping down, ask your party members to place waymarks for you. On every platform, there will be only 2 waymarks. These waymarks are party specific. Only your party can see them. They are meant for your party. they will show you where to place the meteors. If you have a meteor, you must place one on one waymark each. One on the left on the ring-shaped platform, the other to the back right corner of the platform. Okay, or anywhere to the back, to be honest. Okay, the back right is just to give it as much distance away from the party when it lands. Okay, when the meteor lands, they place a proximity explosion. So everyone needs to go as far away as they can from the two proximity explosions. Okay, usually it's to the front left corner of the platform. Okay, this will be the safe spot when if the meteors are placed properly. Okay, under no circumstance should you place the meteor in the center of the platform because that wipes the entire platform. And also, if possible, try to adjust. Now, unfortunately, because of how meteors work, the two players marked have to adjust. One goes to the rear, the other goes to the left. You cannot stack the meteors. You cannot both go to the rear, you cannot both go to the left. Whoever's nearer to the back goes to the back. Whoever's nearer to the left goes to the left. Try to adjust. Okay, if you see one person going to the back and you have the other meteor, you go to the left and vice versa. Okay, try your best to adjust. Pop sprint if you need to. Quickly go to the waymark, okay, where you're supposed to drop it at. Drop it there and come back to your party for shields and heals to survive the proximity. This is meteors. Okay, meteors, generally speaking, wipes out 99.9% of failed BA runs. Okay, they're the number one killer, the number one reason why BA run fails. So try your best to resolve them. They will target two random players on every platform. So it could be two healers, could be the tank and another DPS, the tank and the healer, two random DPS, anyone. So try your best to pay attention. Try your best to place the meteors properly. Okay, fingers crossed we don't get too many accidents. Okay, and remember it is to the left, clockwise direction. Very important if you read a guides or have played on other data centers before. Some of them, okay, particular NA, goes counterclockwise. Here we go to the left. Okay, as Beyonce's song goes to the left, always go to the left in a clockwise direction. Okay, we'll place waymarks, try to see where they are later on. Okay, so this is meteors. Okay, number 2, acceleration bombs happen during the triangle phase, and what happens is that a random number of players will be marked with this accel bomb debuff. It's a dice icon counting down. You know, the debuff starts anywhere between, I think, 8 to 24 seconds, and it counts down. As it reaches 5 seconds or less, the dice will start to tick. No, it start to have 3, 2, 1, and it will explode if you move, cast, or auto attack. To resolve it, simply stop moving, stop casting, stop auto attacking. Okay, this mechanic has been used more and more in other content out there. So Dalriada has it, Susano OEX has it. Okay, the recent Vanguard dungeon has it as well. Okay, if you did the Fall Guys event, it has it as well. So it's just the dice icon. Just need to stop moving when the dice starts counting down. Be safe, don't move. If you're not sure if it's you, don't move. Okay, try to identify if it's you, but if you're not sure, just stop moving. Okay, and let the dice drop off. If nothing happens, you don't do anything, it just drops off. Mechanic has been resolved. But if you move, it explodes, dropping you and everyone else around you to 10% HP. It is percentage based, cannot be mitigated. Healers need to spam that cure tree sucker, quickly top up everyone back to full health, because usually after Excel bomb is a meteor, and the meteor drops down, wipes out everyone who is at low HP, low health. Okay, so yeah, as what Seal says, always assume that you have it unless you are sure it's not you. Okay, so this is Excel bombs, triangle phase. It happens during triangle phase. Try your best to resolve it. I can't really call it out because the timer is random. Okay, now the last mechanic is black hole, and for black hole, every time Ozma changes from any form into a sphere form, okay, into a ball form, it does black hole. You just need to be on a button, any button. Okay, there's a button on your platform, there's a button to the left on the ring-shaped platform. You just need to be on any button. Now, all 6 buttons in the arena has to be accounted for. Someone has to be on every button. If any button is not accounted for, we all get sucked out. So, for this purpose, if you are ranged or caster DPS, you go to the left ring button because you don't drop uptime. Okay, but if you are melee, tank or healer, you stay on the main platform, go to the nearest button. Now, if you are new, just go to the nearest button. Okay, we try to let the veterans handle the clockwise buttons. Okay, but if you see that no one's going there and you have enough time, you go there and try to hold on to it. Okay, usually the tanks and healers on the main platform will stay there just to help the tanks stay alive. So just be on any button. Okay, but you must be on a button. If you're not on any button, you will get sucked out as well. Okay, so try your best to be on any button and try to ensure that all 6 buttons are accounted for. Okay, veteran players, do try and help me to go to the missing buttons. Okay, if you see any button that has no one going to it, quickly run off and grab it. Okay, that's pretty much it. Okay, the rest of the fight, I'll do callouts. There'll be movement, move to the front, move to the rear. Get off the platform means go to the sides onto the ring-shaped platform. Okay, there'll be movement mechanics. There are some knockbacks. I will tell you to stay closer to the front of the ring. Okay, incoming knockback, stay closer to the front. Just be slightly closer to the front towards Osma. Okay, other than that, we'll pop ready checks at this point of time. Okay, we've got 13 minutes left. So we'll pop ready checks. The fight itself is 10 minutes 30 seconds long. The moment we start jumping down, I want everyone to carefully start going to their platforms. Okay, so at this point of time, if you're not ready, let us know. But otherwise, players will start carefully going to their platforms. Do not target Osma. Okay, do not target Osma. If anyone hits Osma, the fight starts immediately and Osma kills 3 players instantly. And every auto attack after that hits 3 players all at once. Okay, tanks, you need to have your stances on. Osma is thunder expected and there will be no mega rotation in this fight. Be on the correct element and stay on the element throughout this fight. If you don't see your party's waymarks, ask your party to help place waymarks for you. Okay, these waymarks are for your own party. They are where to place the meteors. There are no other waymarks at all in this entire arena. These waymarks are for meteors alone. Again, once everyone is down here, okay, I think everyone is down here already. We are going to start at ET 0040 lah. Okay, so 0040. Okay, give it at least 30 ET before we begin. Okay, which is about 1 minute, just enough time for the fight to finish. Okay, but usually either we clear before 10 minutes or we get into some trouble and we're probably gonna wipe anyway. So we'll try our best lah. Fingers crossed. Okay, no guarantees on clears, but at least we'll give it our best shot. Okay, now last few things to mention here. Okay, bravery players, go ahead, start casting bravery. If you have using Dell, go ahead, do your Dell shenanigan things. Okay, LB2 is 00238. Okay, LB1 0039. Okay, range or caster LB. Okay, melee LB can actually be used as well, but to be safe, I rather you not. Okay, because if you touch Osma before the time starts, you will pull Osma. So let the range or casters do it. Tanks, stances on, rotate mega to correct element, use food if you have no food up at this point of time. Okay, and breathe in, deep breath. Okay, I know this is the last fight, it's a bit anxious. With this pro tip number 67, if the fight is making you nervous, okay, the music is making you nervous, you can turn off the music /BGM space 0 to turn off the background music. Okay, if not, just breathe in, deep breath. Breathe out. Okay, get ready, we're gonna start soon. LB2. Okay, never mind, we're just gonna start. Right? Okay, LB2. Okay, LB1. And establish. Yeah, I just don't mind, it's okay, doesn't matter. The main tanks will open up by establishing enmity on Osma. Healers keep the main tanks alive. This is heavy hitting tank buster like auto attacks on the main tank. All good, don't worry about it. Okay, I will help to heal some as well. Now move to the rear, Osma's first attack is always a point blank. Staying together as a group, move forwards to the front. The spike ball form does an auto attack that must be shared within with other party members. Okay, stay stacked. There will be a radial knockback pattern after this, so get ready to be punted to the front. Okay, healers help to heal. Okay, and get knocked to the front. Stay close to the ring button, the button in the middle, and get punted. Arm's length and surecast works here as well. Okay, stay cool, stay calm. Next mechanic will be Black Hole 1 soon. Everyone needs to be on a button, and all 6 buttons must be accounted for. Okay, go to a button, all 6 buttons must be accounted for. Unfortunately, dead players, you will not be able to resolve this mechanic. See you guys outside. Okay, once the animation has gone off, you can step off the button. I think south platform, slight difficulties. Healers help to top up Hellebore on the south platform as well. Thank you. Movement mechanic. We'll be getting off the platform, get off the platform. Main tanks get off last. Laser beams goes down the middle, main tanks get in first. Then continue to DPS. Double movement mechanic is coming up. We'll be moving. Get off the platform, and go to the front afterwards. Go to the front now. Okay, stay to the front. Now main tanks will be popping ops away from the party. Don't stack with the main tanks. Let the main tanks pop the ops to the right. Okay, do not hit the main tank with the stack marker. Small incoming knockback. Go closer to the middle. Go closer to the middle. And continue to bait laser beams away from the party. And keep going, don't worry about it. Okay, square form is the best form to DPS, because that's all he does. Shades. Okay, movement mechanic coming up. Staying stacked, get off the platform, small incoming knockback, stay closer to the front, stay closer to the ring. Okay, and move back in afterwards. Black hole number 2, soon. Okay, black hole number 2, everyone to a button, all 6 buttons must be accounted for. Keep the main tanks alive. Tanks will be taking heavy hitting tank busters at this point of time. Once the animation has gone off, you can step off the button. Okay, black hole 2, 50%. Pretty good. We are still on track. Movement mechanic to the rear. Go to the rear. Everyone to the rear. Get off the platform after the donut. Get off the platform now. Get off the platform now. Triangle form. This will be the most spiciest. There will be Excel bombs, meteors, and bleed. Tanks, healers bait. Bleed at the rear. Okay, meteors go. Try to adjust one to the rear, one to the left. Place your meteors and come back to the party for shields and heals. Burn the ads afterwards. Okay, burn ads. Continue to bait. Hit. I'll pull the ads. Tanks will pull the ads to the middle. If you see any ads needing help to range attack them as well. Get off the platform, I think the Excel won't stop moving. And move back in afterwards. Continue to be pain. The Excel bombs, watch it. And heal up afterwards. Nice. Elbow doing alright. Black hole number 3. Everyone to a button, all 6 buttons must be accounted for. Once the animation has gone off, you can step off the button. I see. Interesting strategy. Okay, double movement mechanic. Get off the platform, main tanks get off last. Going to the rear after the laser, going to the rear now. Okay, staying stacked together, move forwards as a group. Okay, keep healing. Meteors, go. Try to adjust. Place your meteors and come to the center for shields and heals. There will be a knockback. Take the meteors first, then get knocked to the front. Okay, get knocked to the front now. And burn ads. Okay, help to burn the ads down. Stay stacked. There's still a stack AoE going out that needs to be shared. Okay, if any ads need help, look over to south platform. Range attack can reach the ad to help burn it down. Movement mechanic and knockback. Knock to the rear. Get knocked back to the rear. Wait for the donut. And staying stacked, move forwards as a group. Nice. Okay, stay focused. Black hole number 4 soon. Okay, black hole number 4, moving to a button, everyone to a button. All 6 buttons must be accounted for. Okay, once the animation has gone off, you can step off the button. 23%, black hole 4. 6, black hole is the last one. Movement mechanic. Get off the platform, main tanks get off last. Going to the front afterwards. Wait, go to the front now, This will be tanks pop ops. Everyone else stack away from the tanks. Don't hit the tanks with the stack marker. Okay, the stack marker is lethal for the tanks. Small incoming knockback. And bait lasers away from the party. Continue to DPS. Now this is a good time to DPS LB3 if you have it, because we need that DPS. This square form is the best time to burn the boss as much as you can. Okay, now movement mechanic is coming up soon. Get ready to move. Wow, flashbang. Okay, staying stacked. Get off the platform. Stay closer to the front of the ring. There's a knockback. Laser beam, move back in. 8 lasers away from party. Black hole number 5, soon 10%. We are on track. No mishaps happen. Black hole number 5, everyone to a button, All 6 buttons must be accounted for. Once the animation has gone off, you can step off the button. Double movement mechanic. Get off the platform, main tanks get off last. Going to the rear afterwards. Wait for the lasers and go to the rear now. Staying stacked together, move forwards as a group. Meteors. Move. Try your best to adjust. Place your meteors and come to the middle for shields and heals. Nice. Slightly spicy, I got to admit, but we did it.
Good job, guys.
I was getting a little bit worried when the south platform started losing players. Okay, now, first time clearers, if this is your first time
Hard
clearing.
on south, Jesus.
It's your first time clearing, you gotta yeet yourself down the toilet bowl in the middle. Thanks for your sacrifice. I mean, it's fun. It's a bit more fun if some mishaps happen, but I wouldn't wish it too often.
I didn't wait until the laser had gone until I got back onto the.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a bit of a blunder there. I could have been a bit more clearer, but yeah, can't be helped.
Nah, it's on me.
But not to worry. Now that so for those who didn't clear, right, don't worry about it too much. There will be more runs in future. Now that you have seen the entirety of BA from start to finish, there will be more runs in future. Okay, the Materians will host BA runs every so often. Just check our Discord. They will post it in the Materia Discord. The Materia BA events channel. Okay, usually every week or so there will be at least one BA. So just feel free to join in. Most, if not all, of the BA runs on Materia are FFA, free for all. Feel free to just hop in, join them. No signups involved. Just be ready, prepared. Go in, grab a portal, form parties. Okay, do what we did today. Okay, there may or may not be callouts. Okay, but you should be ready for the fights themselves. Okay, and just try your luck again. Okay, generally speaking, the content is quite fun. The community is quite small but very, very friendly. So if you need any help or have any questions, feel free to ask them in our Discord as well. There's a Eureka questions channel. Okay, it's open to any questions at all. Feel free to ask questions there. Okay, now for those who have cleared, congrats. There's a treasure coffer at the front. We'll be taking screenshots here if you wish to do so. Okay, so just face away from the exit. You can take screenshots here. Open the treasure coffer. The mount, okay, the ball mount is in the achievements menu, but you have to exit Hydatos or Eureka to claim it. However, if this is your first time clearing, do not leave the instance. Use the exit portal at the back. Okay, once you're done taking screenshots and everything, use the exit portal at the back. There's a conclusion to the quest line. Okay, you will need to go through it, talk to the Popoto on the other end. Okay, they'll finish up the quest line for you. Okay, and wrap up the storyline for this entire quest chain. So I hope you guys had fun. Okay, and I hope you guys finally understand how BA is done here. Okay, if you enjoyed the content and you wish to do more BA, just look out for more posts and pings in our CA Discord, okay, the Content Achievers Discord. Feel free to join us and the Materians, okay, the usual Materia BA addicts for future BA runs. Okay, I know there's quite a number of hosts other than myself. Okay, they host BA runs quite regularly. Feel free to just join those as well.
And the practice ones are monthly?
Monthly, yep. I will hold these monthly, but as mentioned earlier at the start of today's session, the next one will be probably organized by Veldrove. Okay, Veldrove, shout out to Veldrove. He's hosting a weekly Return to Eureka event. He did Animos yesterday and is likely going to go to Pagos in this upcoming weekend, Pyros afterwards, and then wrapping up with Hydatos on the 3rd week of September. These runs are basically NM farms. You go into the zone, pop the NMs, farm the crystals. No, it's to help new players go through Eureka. Okay, if you have friends who are currently at the Animos stage or later, okay, or even if they haven't started yet, you can actually help grind them through Animos in a week. Okay, and catch up with the Pagos train coming up at the end of this upcoming week, and then Pyros, Hydatos afterwards. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, at the final week, at the conclusion, end of September, Veldrove will be taking over the practice run for the month of September. Okay, he'll be hosting the one for the month of September, and subsequently afterwards, October onwards, I will resume with the monthly Shark practice learning runs. Okay, usually at the 3rd or 4th weekend of every month. Okay, this will be quite regular. Okay, as far as demand sustains it. Okay, I have a feeling once we get the new field ops content and the 24-man savage, demand for BA and actually the Bosja BSF, Boston Southern Front and Zetnor, demand will decline. So we may discontinue the practice runs for a while when the demand has until the demand has returned. So I'll try my best to host this every month. Okay, but if there's no demand for it, some of the months I will cancel the practice runs. Okay, but just look out for other BA runs. You don't have to join a practice run to get a clear. Some of the other runs will do just as well, if not better. Okay, and to be honest, they don't take as long. Okay, for my runs take about 2 hours. Those runs maybe an hour and a half tops. So you can try your luck with those runs instead. Okay, so that's it. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask them in our Discord channel. Okay, I'm gonna head off for dinner because I have another event in about an hour and a half. So thanks so much for coming, guys. I hope you guys had fun. Congrats on all the first-time clearers.
And thank you for hosting.
No problem. Okay, and do look out for more runs for those who didn't manage to make it today or those who did not manage to clear. Okay, do look out for more runs. As mentioned earlier, the BA community here on Materia is really very friendly. We are a small, thriving, and extremely friendly community of folk here. So feel free to just hop in, say hi, make some friends. The real treasure is the friends we made along the way. So just join them for future BA runs. Some of them are fun runs, some of them are meme runs. Okay, but guaranteed fun all the time. So thanks for coming along. Okay, hope to see you guys around. Okay, and I will see you all at the next BA run. Take care now and have a good weekend. Bye bye. Alright, so that's it for today's session. Thanks everyone for coming along. I will so for today's run, it was alright. It was alright. A little bit spicy there at the end. The Osma wasn't the most smoothest Osma I've ever had. To be very fair, I was paying attention to the shenanigans going on the south platform. Okay, I was on the west, right? So the platform on my right. If y'all was watching the stream, you have seen me turning my camera to the platform on the right because I noticed that a few of them got wiped out near the start. So it was kind of spicy at the beginning. It was, but they managed to stabilize. They managed to actually hold on. Very much thanks and appreciation goes out to the veterans there. Like I saw Hellebore on that platform over there, and he was holding on for dear life. So that was really very appreciated. These veterans, okay, I did sort of, it did slip my mind, but I really appreciate the veterans who join my runs every time I host these. Okay, the runs usually see a significantly larger proportion of new players, okay, with a small minority percentage of veteran players. Okay, people like Seal, Hellebore, Shu Yin, Dante. Okay, sometimes I see Tomato, etc. etc. Okay, I think Infinity was here as well. Infinity is from Elemental, and these are people who have already cleared. Okay, some of them have cleared a couple of times, some of them have cleared multiple times, 10 times or more, and they don't actually need new clears. They don't actually need more practice runs, but they are just here to help out with the runs. So it's very much appreciated. I by myself cannot single-handedly carry the entire raid to a clear, so obviously having these additional hands on deck are really appreciated. Okay, so thanks very much, guys. Okay, I did slip my mind to thank everyone early on, but I hope this suffices, okay, as sort of thanks in lieu. So thanks very much for all the assistance, BA addicts. You guys know who you are. You all, I hope you guys come back for Val's run next month as well. Okay, plus they'll be hosting more runs in future, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, so there'll be there'll be more runs in the future being hosted on Materia. From looking at the previous runs that have been hosted, every week or so, okay, there's been runs. Okay, there's been run. I think the previous run was actually about 2 weeks ago. So maybe we've been starting to skip weeks. Let's see. No, last week there was one. Okay, last Saturday Tomato held one. Then the previous week, Eric hosted one. So yeah, there's a couple of regular hosts that host almost every weekend or every week. So just look out for these. We are in the Content Achievers Discord. Okay, the link is actually down in my channel below. Okay, do join us if you are interested in. Okay, do join the Discord. Sorry, if you're interested in joining us for future BA runs. Okay, we primarily host out of the Materia data center. Okay, for the Materia hosts, they will host out the Materia data center, obviously. I myself, I'm situated on the Elemental data center, and there will be runs on Elemental as well. Yeah, Materia is unique in the sense that it is open to everyone. Okay, everyone can hop over to Materia. Okay, whether you're from JP data center, Europe, or NA data center, you can come over to Materia to join the Materia players. Okay, and everyone else, to be honest, to do BA and any other content, to be fair. Okay, Materia is open to everyone. Everyone can come over to Materia, but Materians cannot leave Materia, unfortunately. Pros and cons, okay, as usual, pros and cons. It does make Materia the Voyager hub, or the visitor central, because everyone can come visit, so we can all play together on Materia. It makes it a great place to host events if we are reaching a global audience. Okay, keeping in mind that there will be certain issues like latency issues and so on and so forth. Okay, so I do understand why people may choose not to hop over or come over to Materia because of latency issues. Okay, but do feel free to just give us a try. If the latency is acceptable, okay, you are more than welcome to come over and join us for future runs as well. Okay, so that's pretty much it from me for today. as mentioned, I'll be hosting these ones every month. Okay, starting from October onwards. Okay, Veldruth will be taking over the September run unless there are a change in plans. Okay, but I will update everyone. Usually, I will post up a notice at least a week in advance before I host my run to give people time to sign up for these runs. Once again, notices are found in the Contents Achievers Discord. So if you wish to join, feel free to just sign up. Okay, and as well as, to be really honest, over on MATERIA, we usually have no lack of spaces. So if you wish to, you can even just hot seat it, just gate crash it, and just come and join us. Okay, I'm generally okay on that. I have no qualms against people crashing our runs. Okay, as long as you are amicable to following along with everyone else and joining us, have a good time. I'm perfectly fine with people just crashing the run. It's acceptable. I don't really care, to be honest. Like, I don't arrange for support. Whoever's out there can just join us in the support bit. So generally speaking, I have there are no limitations on who can join us for these runs. Anyone and everyone's invited. Just come along, join us. If you wish to, you can even join the VC. Even if you choose not to, that's perfectly fine as well. Okay, just come in, have fun, join everyone. Clear or no clear is besides the point. Okay, sometimes we clear, most of the times we clear, some of the times we don't clear. It's a good time nonetheless. Okay, so that's pretty much it from me for today. Now I will be running another Sildin Subterrane. Okay, so ASS, another Sildin Subterrane. Okay, I know what the abbreviation spells out, but I'm running another Sildin Subterrane later on in about an hour and a half time. So I'm gonna head off real quick for dinner, and do look forward for more ASS shenanigans later on in about an hour and a half. Here I'll be bringing a somewhat fresh group. Okay, they are into their second/third week of another Sildin Subterrane this week. So we are gonna wipe a lot more for this week's session. Okay, and hopefully we'll make some progress and get to a clear sooner or later. Okay, so thanks so much for coming, guys. Hope you guys had fun. Lots of love, and enjoy your week, and take care now. Join me later for more streams, and bye bye.